Live from the Schmoes No Network studios in Los Angeles, California. It's the Schmoes No Movie Show. Tonight, Marvel, and the return of Maria Menounos, and the special return of the Celebrity Impression Dating Game. Here are your hosts, a cavalcade of characters in their own right. Christian Harloff, Mark Ellis, and Alicia Red Fury Malone.
Hello, Schmoeville, a very special episode of the Schmoes No Movie Show. It's going to be a great one. I'm Christian Harloff, and this is Mark Ellis.
Thank you for that wonderful intro, buddy. And, you know, I was giving you some guff before we went on.
Yes.
And you don't even know why I was upset at you.
What'd you do?
It's because you're wearing a Ripped Apparel hat, right?
Yes.
Which is great. It's one of our favorite sponsors. You didn't even notice that you're just wearing a boring white shirt. I wore the greatest Halloween shirt you could possibly have for this show.
It's wonderful.
The Wolfman has nards.
Yeah, you do. It's true. In that movie...
No, I know I have nards. We're saying Wolfman
debatable.
has nards from the hit 1987 film Monster Squad.
And to my right, one of our lovely co-hosts. She is now at this point become a staple of Schmoeville.
Essential.
Yes, very essential.
I would say so.
Yeah, you are. And you have your own show that's doing very well on the Schmoes No Podcast Network, that being Profiles. Alicia Malone.
Hi, and I'm wearing David Lynch.
Blue.
Now, is that a Halloween-based thing for you? Just because it's a little creepy,
Yeah.
it's a little off, or just because you felt like in a Blue Velvet mood on this Thursday?
It's comfortable as well.
Yeah, all right, it's comfortable. Everything feels nice.
It was clean.
All right, well, we're going to talk about, you're not going to feel clean when we tell you about the date that you have to go on later on, because you lost the bet.
I know.
One of the biggest announcements from the huge Marvel extravaganza this past Tuesday.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, I'm so excited for Captain Marvel. Damn, I'd have to go on this date.
And we'll talk about that in a little later. And just to give everybody a recap of what we're doing today, we're going to be talking, like we said, of the reason the show's so long is we're going to be doing about a full hour on the Marvel panel, everything that Mark and I were there. We were able to experience all of it. We're going to share our experiences, get everybody else's take on it from the crew, and hear just as Marvel fans what they thought. Tiffany will be here soon. Reilly, Makuga, the whole crew's they're just coming a little late, stuck in traffic.
Not everybody gets the memo that we want to go a half hour early.
Right.
And so some of them are just finding out now that we're actually live on the air.
I'm excited to do the Ultimate Schmoedown's over. It's done.
Congratulations, Mark. He's not even here. You know what? We'll congratulate him when he walks in.
Yeah, Mark Reilly with his food poisoning. He is the absolute champion of the Ultimate Schmoedown.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, well done. And he'll be here in a little bit as well. But he's also going to be excited because he's won a few of the Celebrity Impression Dating Games. That's back. Alicia, you are a rookie. How you feeling?
I'm nervous because I've got this damn accent and I'm terrible at doing anything else. So I've come up with one, but it's really obscure, and I don't think anyone will know it.
You have an impression, and by the way, the person that we get to use those impressions on is going to be joining us for a full hour here tonight. We're so excited. For the first time as our partner, Maria Menounos is going to be here live in studio.
Awesome.
And if you guys never watched Phase 3 when Maria was on, she's such an awesome guest, laid back, kicks back, has a lot of fun in the show, so it's going to be pretty awesome. We're going to shoot the shit with her. It's going to be cool.
She knows how to throw a party. And then for the last half hour, we're going to get some of your guys' takes and some of our takes on your favorite Halloween. We're going to get into the spirit of things a little bit.
Maybe so.
Even though we're not in costume, we're still going to be doing various impressions for Maria, so it's going to have a trick-or-treat theme.
And we're going to involve you guys tonight, too, because, again, if you're not familiar with how the Celebrity Impression Dating Game works, you guys play along with us, so we'll let you guys know. Here are all the people that are going to be in the contest tonight, and you guys will call in later throughout the show, pick the person that you want to play with, and if that person wins, you will win a free Ripped Apparel t-shirt. Here are the contestants tonight. Myself, Mark Ellis, Cobster, probably doing Mark Wahlberg, Josh Makuga, Ken Knapsack, Alicia Malone, Jete, Mark Reilly, and then there's going to be a wild card. It's either going to be Tiffany, Finstock, or Cody. I'm saying it's probably going to be Cody, but you would pick the wild card out of those three.
I wouldn't pick any one of those three to win the entire thing.
If you want one of those three, though, you say, I'll take the wild card.
Yeah, you can take the wild card, and then you're just stuck pretty much with a genuine Mexican plug on your hands because it's not going to make it to the final.
I wouldn't pick me either.
No, you don't think so? Well, we're going to get into the news here in a second, and let's open up the phone lines real quick. We'll take our first contestant before the news starts.
This is really off book, man.
I want to do it. So let's do that.
Going to the phone lines early.
We have to just to get one person to play along with the Schmoedown before we get into the news and get into this big Marvel thing. Roll the dice.
Let's see what happens.
So it's 424-253-0504. Give a call and remember those names and pick who you want to play with tonight, and if that person wins, you get a free Ripped Apparel t-shirt. Make sure you call in at 424-253-0504. I'm very excited to hear Ken's news, by the way.
Yeah.
Because,
It's a lot of breaking stuff.
It's going to be on Marvel
news this week. It's insane. That Marvel situation just blew my mind.
And, you know, Ken went after Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. a little bit last week in his news, so it's interesting to see what his take on, because Ken, he's writing for the joke. He wants to deliver the news as well, but he always puts a little bit of a... He's not Fox News. There's a little bit of a slant sometimes to some of Ken's stories, so I want to see his opinions.
Now I want to see the opinion of Schmoeville, because we got a caller, the first caller of the night. Ken, make sure you write this one down, because, all right, hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey, it's Omar from California.
Hey, how are you? Okay, so what was your name again?
Omar.
Okay, so we're gonna you're gonna need a full name here, so we can make sure that we write you in case your guy wins. So what's your full name?
Oh, okay. Omar Salim.
Omar Salim. Okay, Omar. So who are you playing with
I'm on
tonight?
the Facebook page, so.
Yay!
Who you gonna take with Alicia? Is that
No.
He said he's on the
Facebook
page. He's on the Facebook page. Thank you for liking our Facebook page.
Yes. Okay, so who are you going with tonight?
I'm going to go with Reilly.
Reilly. Okay, it's
So
good.
sick of this guy getting all
Just like the Benedict Cumberbatch, safe choice. All right, there you go. All right, that's good. And now welcoming to the stage.
Yay!
Talk about a comic book fan. Our co-host as well, Tiffany Smith. All right, I'm so happy Tiffany made it in time before we start talking about Marvel, because we haven't talked about your thoughts on Marvel. That's
we have not. We have not.
Now let's get into.
Yes, I'm wearing a Batman shirt.
I have a question for you on the air.
Okay. Oh gosh.
So there's one of 3 people are going to be have the choice to not play in the Celebrity Impression Dating Institute.
You can take a DNP if you don't want to play.
Now wait a second. It's either between you, Finstock, and Cody. Okay.
Yeah.
If you decide you want to play, those 2 guys will sit out. You say you hate these games, but you always have fun. Keep that in consideration.
And there's another female with you, so it's not like Maria's automatically going to know who the female voice is.
I'm gonna do it badly.
Do you accept or decline to play in the Celebrity
Do I
Impression?
get to pick whoever I want to be?
Of course.
Oh, well, we used to have to draw out of a hat.
That was the first 2 rounds. You're a vet, but we haven't done that in a while. So accept or decline?
I accept.
Wow, Tiffany Smith. So the wild card's gone, and you'll take Tiffany.
I like this new Free Will and Tiffany Smith. Clearly, this Marvel news has done something to shake her world up.
Well, it's done something to shake up the world of the Pit Boss, because it's time for the news. Kenny Knapsack, let's bring it down, Pit Boss. Give it to me.
I'm Ken Knapsack, and these are your Schmoedown headlines, brought to you by Schmoedown.com, your source for movie news, reviews, and clues. Big news out of the DC Warner Brothers offices this week. Cinnamon Toast Coffee Creamer is now available in the break room.
Hey.
Zach, please put the lid back on.
Kenny!
But seriously, there are many great dynasties in the history of man. The Ming Dynasty, the New York Yankee Dynasty from 1921 to 1964, and the TV show Dynasty. And now we must add to that list Marvel Studios. But unlike the others, I'm being assured that they will not come crashing down because of overconfidence, hubris, and excess. On Tuesday, Marvel Studios invited all the entertainment reporters in Los Angeles and locked them in the El Capitan movie theater. And not one of the reporters suspected for a second that a Brad Pitt-led team of Inglourious Bastards would try to wipe them out. That's a bingo. Instead, Kevin Feige and his team of merry Marvel movie makers announced their entire Phase 3 slate of films, and the entire universe stopped to listen. So, grab a scorecard and start taking notes. Here's what you will be spending your allowance on for the next 6 years. First up, Captain America, Serpent Society. Ha, just kidding. Marvel made it funny. That was hilarious. Please, stop. You're killing me. You're so funny. Anyway, as rumored, it will be Captain America Civil War, which will be released on May 6, 2016. Who will win? Find out what happens when Iron Man takes on the Confederate Army in the Battle of Antietam. Then Doctor Strange finally hits the big screen on November 4, 2016, with no one officially attached to play the Good Doctor yet, despite everyone in the world believing that Benedict Cumberbatch is just mere moments away from signing on to play the Sorcerer Supreme, which to some will signal the beginning of the Cumber Crash, the inevitable oversaturation of your girlfriend's favorite obtuse sex fantasy. Then Guardians of the Galaxy 2 will give more obscure 70s bands a padload of royalties on May 2017, followed closely by Thor Ragnarok on July 28, 2017. Ragnarok is Asgardian for $500 million in the international box office. Then Marvel will close out 2017 with Black Panther, already set to star Chadwick Boseman, and will then release the Carol Danvers version of Captain Marvel on July 6, 2018. So thank you, women and black people, for letting white guys think they're still in charge for at least 3 more years. Also, plot details of Marvel's first standalone female superhero movie were released. It will be 10 minutes long and just be about Captain Marvel walking around the S.H.I.E.L.D. office getting catcalls from the Avengers. Then comes The Inhumans on November 2nd, 2008. Oh, come on. They're just making that crap up, right? That's not real, right? Is that a thing? Is that an Inhuman? Yeah? How about Archie and Jughead join the Avenge team? Better than something called the Inhumans. Go picture. Then finally, potentially 2 presidential administrations from now, Phase 3 wraps up with Avengers 3, now split into 2 separate movies. Part 1 comes in May 2018, with Part 2 in May 2019, 11 years after the first Iron Man started this mess. Collectively, they will be called Avengers Infinity War, meaning we'll finally get this whole Thanos wearing a bejeweled oven mitt thing. There are no movies set for 2020 because Marvel knows that's the year that Jesus Christ will return to Earth, reclaim his kingdom from Satan, which, will probably be a Marvel standalone movie anyway. The Rapture is in Phase 4. After all this was announced, Kevin Feige confidently tugged on his baseball cap, walked calmly back to his helicarrier, and smoked a solid gold bar with Robert Downey Jr., Stan Lee, and the rest of the Illuminati. When reached for a comment, DC Warner Brothers said, Shazam! And one final note. With these 9 films of Phase 3, plus DC Warner Brothers slate of 10 films, plus whatever Fox and Sony want to throw up against the board, including today's rumor of an all-female Spider-Man movie called Glass Ceiling, because that's what we'll be smashing into, we are looking at close to 30 superhero movies over the next 6 years. Now, I don't make math gooder, but that's an average of 42 films a month, I believe. I believe it was Bilbo Baggins who said it best when he whispered, "What have we done?" I'm Ken Napsuck, and those are your Schmoes Know headlines, brought to you by schmoesknow.com.
Don't you go anywhere.
Hey.
Don't you go anywhere.
An all-Marvel version of the news.
I have to ask Ken a question. I've known you for, how long now?
10 years.
It's got to be longer than that, right? Just around 10 years? Okay.
What you didn't talk to me for the first 2 years. All
right, that's fine.
He was aware of you for 12.
Why are you so grouchy?
Why am I so grouchy?
Why are you so grouchy?
That's not a fair question to ask me.
You're very grouchy. You enjoy these movies.
I loved Captain America too. I loved Guardians of the Galaxy.
You don't love.
I love
as a
cake.
corporation.
I love cake. I don't like it shoved in my face 3 times a day.
That's ridiculous. So, and the point, and I'll quote John Campy here from AMC Movie Talk the other day too, which I thought was really smart. What he said was, "It's a genre."
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you get upset when comedies and dramas and all those things come out like 4 or 5 times a year?
There's less of them because of Marvel.
I think Ken does.
That's not true. Yeah. That's not true. There's less of the there's smaller budgets.
Films.
There's smaller budgets.
Okay, so to the original question, I think a lot of stuff makes Ken grouchy. I think Ken has a very tough day job. He has to wear a suit to work because we make him do that. And then he's got to write the news. He loves doing stand-up. He hasn't gotten to do a lot of stand-up in the last couple of years. So when he wants to knock these jokes out of the park and take his normal grouchy tone,
make no mistake about it. It was hysterical.
Yeah,
what do you see
he
comics?
also likes to pretend that he doesn't like comic books, which I will say from doing Stacked with Ken,
he loves them.
He does love them. He's grown to love them. So there's a little bit of I will say fake grouchiness on top of talking about all those movies.
Here's the thing.
What's the thing?
30 movies.
That's great.
You can't tell too many superhero stories 30 different ways.
Disagree. I disagree.
Save the cat.
How comic books been going for as long as they have?
JT, Tiffany, Tiffany's mic is a little hot, so let's turn it down.
Hey, the DC girl's mic is a little hot. We want to talk about Marvel here.
She shows up late. She gets no mic time.
Batman.
Okay, no, but Ken, luckily for you, we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I want to make this overarching point too.
Let's do it.
Is that to Ken's joke?
Yes.
Okay, is that there's a lot of Marvel movies coming out. I don't think it affects. I think there's tons of stories you can tell. I think there's tons of different ways to do it. What it does affect is the kid out there that's listening to the show right now that, like Ken said, has to save up his allowance to go see this many more comic book movies. And I think what it hurts is the middle class of movies, which is the comedies and the dramas and the indie films and the films that don't get all the marketing because now you have to save up more money just to go see your superhero film.
Because the superhero films you have to see in the cinema. You can't see them.
Ruining the middle class in America. I couldn't be happier.
We have like 45 minutes to be able to talk about all this stuff. So I want to be able to get through.
By all means, hurry up.
Yeah, it means hurry up. So here's the thing. So this is what we're going to spend from now until around 6:30. We're gonna cover everything that happened at that Marvel panel, and Mark and I were there. JT, let's give some props to Marvel. What did they do? This is our whole entire thing. Starting right now, we're going to talk about the Marvel panel. Mark, it was pretty incredible. Starting with the secret email.
Just the way that we got the email, where it felt like we were going to some murder mystery, because it was just this thing that said you are cordially invited to an event Marvel's having. We didn't know what was going to happen. Maybe all the lights turn out and then they turn back on, and then Thanos is laying there dead.
Could have been the Red Wedding.
Yeah. We got to find out who's stab this dude. It ended up being one of the best announcements that I've seen. Like Christian said, it was a lot like it was the best Hall H performance that Marvel's had.
Normally, Marvel has like a Marvel logo in the back. I thought we were getting one of those things. We're not getting.
Yeah, but they showed us the entire slate right from the bat. They just showed the dates, and then they would slowly reveal each film title and when it was coming out, and Kevin Feige was on stage in his classic, like Ken said, suit and baseball cap, and the way that guy worked the room and handled everything, because the El Capitan Theater fits, I'd say maybe around 1,500, somewhere around there, so you had some members of the press, and Chris and I stuck our way into the third row amongst those people, and then they let in fans that were lined up around the block for hours before that, and it gave it that real feel of anticipation, and Marvel did not disappoint.
Wait, JT, so are we almost there? Okay, because we were supposed to have that up.
Where's the slate? Give it to me.
I sadly got the email and was away.
Yeah, were you in New York, right?
No, I was somewhere secret, but I was. There was a hero there. I'm not going to say. Well, I can't tell you guys anything yet.
Well, you're blushing.
A hero on the big screen or a hero in your personal life?
I mean, like someone who would be part of the superhero universe.
You heard it here. She was at a bed and breakfast with the Green Arrow. Her and Stephen Amell were somewhere in upstate New York.
But I was getting tweets and text messages,
strangely
updates
enough,
the whole time.
Finstock was not at the Marvel thing.
It's not Finstock.
I was on AMC Movie Talk at the time, so I was keeping my eye on Twitter. And you know who had the best Twitter? The one that had the most updates?
I know who I hope it is.
Who?
Schmoes know.
Yeah.
I kept looking at them, and then I'd pass it to Amy Rose. I'd be like,
well, that's a smart thing. Okay, JT, hit the music, because now we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about Mark and I walking into this event, the way it felt, everything. Just in general, it was...
Organ player going at the El Capitan.
It was awesome.
He played Star Wars music, guys.
Yeah.
It was cool.
JT, I'm going to strangle you. With the Marvel thing, though. You can't do both? All right.
Just be happy.
Clearly he's not Feige.
This is not Kevin Feige.
Celebrate all these movies that are coming out.
Yeah. So it started up, but they played the music, played everything, and people, you could feel the energy in the air.
We knew we were getting something. We didn't know what it was going to be. Chris and I were talking about, maybe they throw Spider-Man into the MCU. Maybe Benedict Cumberbatch will officially be announced and he'll come on stage. Neither one of those things happened, but there was a sense of anticipation that something great's about to go down.
They do this really well. They know how to put on a show.
They did. Let's get Reilly. I know Reilly showed up. Reilly, why don't you get your ass out on the couch here, too, because I want to talk to Reilly about a lot of these things. Reilly's had his nose in a lot of this stuff, like beforehand, rumors that were coming out, and just there were a lot of things.
The champion.
Yeah,
Reilly's the guy you want sitting with you when you see a film that's based on a comic book. We saw Thor together, and I knew so much more about the entire Avenger universe walking out of that movie.
Can you come with me for all the movies?
Oh wow, I'm gonna make Finstock jealous again.
Well, let's talk about what happened when Feige shows up. Feige shows up and he reveals like this entire slate,
and you just see what is it, 10 titles or whatever, that you see these dates and you're like, we're gonna get to see the just movies like Marvel, that all these dates on. And then they start to reveal them, and one by one you just get more and more excited.
And it was so cool the way he did it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually go through the way that Feige actually broke down each title, and we're going to talk about how Mark and I originally felt about it, as what it all means, how you guys felt about it when you heard about it, especially for Reilly and Tiffany. I want to know, so Tiffany, wait, so when you were on a plane, you were gone somewhere when you were you keeping up on all the tweets and everything?
I was keeping up on all the tweets. Okay. I landed and I saw the photo of the full slate. So I don't know what order things came out in.
Okay.
But a lot of the stuff I was pretty prepared for. I thought was going to be announced.
You knew a lot of this stuff would. You knew it was going to be an announcement. You knew that they were going to do a slate.
I knew there was a slate. Okay. I knew there was going to be an announcement. I thought Benedict Cumberbatch was definitely going to be involved in it.
I thought it was a lot.
Which I don't know if we need to talk about this now or if we will. I do think there is something to be said about the trailer leaking. This felt like it happened but didn't need to happen now, so I do feel a little bit like it was in response to DC's announcement. It was definitely done a lot better than DC's announcement. I will agree.
But that question was asked to Kevin Feige.
And he's not going to say yep.
Of course he's not. Of course he's not going to. But what he did say was that, and I believe him, that they were planning to do this at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And it was pushed back, and they maybe they were looking towards dates, and then this just seemed like a random Tuesday.
I don't know if I believe him. He's too good of a politician to trust everything the guy says.
See what DC
I
had
think it was. Yeah, I don't disagree that they had this planned for a while. I don't know that they had a date planned, and I think once DC did their slate, they're like, shoot, we should probably do this, because here's the thing. Everyone's waiting for a female character. Everyone was waiting for a minority or a black character to come out. And so DC comes out and they're like, Wonder Woman Woman, Cyborg, and Marvel's like, yeah, okay, let's do it now.
I think it was also the leaked. I thought it was also the leaked trailer last week too, because that was the first thing out of Feige's mouth when he got on stage. He made a joke about how sorry that Hydra leaked the footage of the trailer, and they showed that trailer, which by the way looks great on the big screen. Whatever movie they're running it on, go see that trailer in the theater. But so I think that did play into it. I think that Marvel wanted to say, hey, look, we know that it got leaked last week, but we're still Marvel. We're just going to show you how Marvel we actually are. Yeah. And they did.
All right. So they like Mark said.
Sorry, I derailed a little bit.
That's okay. Mark shows the trail. Mark actually went in there.
I go on stage as Iron Man.
It was bizarre. It was awkward. They must kick him out. Yeah. Feige shows the trailer. Ultron, the place goes crazy, and then he gets into this Slate. Now, the first movie that they showed, like Kevin joked about it before, and he said,
I really threw you off with names.
I like that you're on a first name basis with Kevin Feige.
Yeah, and he shows Captain America, Serpent Society, and the crowd goes bananas.
It blew the roof off the place because we were so excited to see the name Captain America in a new movie.
But we knew it was Civil War.
Everybody,
right?
I think it went out of everybody's head.
No, but that was the rumor, wasn't it? The storyline?
No, the rumor was that this Captain America, that Robert Downey Jr. would be in it, and that it would eventually start events that triggered the Civil War.
Oh, okay, good.
I think everybody's head was like mine when they saw Serpent Society. They got so excited about a story and the confirmation of a new Captain America movie on this date that they just momentarily forgot about all that Civil War stuff. Right. And they were just so excited that we got a new movie.
Well, and it makes sense after all the things that happened with Hydra, where you're like Serpent Society, Hydra. Yeah. So I was like, okay.
It's just a cool sounding name.
It also felt like it feels a little bit early for Civil War to me, so I was a little surprised.
So Reilly, because you and I were kind of chatting a little bit, you were keeping up with the tweets as well too from when it was going on. So you hear about Serpent Society, and what's because you're a big Cap guy. So what was your initial thoughts when you hear that?
I had no idea what that title meant.
Yeah,
I'm a Captain America huge fan, and I had never heard of that in the lexicon of all the comic book stuff. So I was like, all right, sure. So, and then I was updating the story that you posted, Christian, and then I realized I was like checking dates, and then I saw just Civil War, and I'm like, wait a minute, where's Serpent Society?
Right, and that's great. We're going to talk about that for sure. So Serpent Society is announced, and then they switch. So then we go from Serpent Society, and he's like, well, let's go into a couple titles that you know are coming out.
Yeah.
And so the first thing he shows the title of Guardians of the Galaxy. And Guardians of the Galaxy pops up, and he's like, well, we're going to let you guys kind of hear it from a first name source, and then I guess James Gunn
they had a video, James Gunn from his room at the Holiday Inn Express in Albuquerque. We had no idea where the guy was. Didn't look like a great suite.
No.
They got to spend more money on that.
Like all over the world.
And he says he's writing it right now.
Yep.
And so the interesting thing, the biggest part of this announcement, everyone knew, that wasn't a big surprise like Guardians of the Galaxy 2. The announcement was that we're now going to May.
What was the?
I think it was August. I think
it was July.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. July. So they're bumping it up 2 months, which is like
it's huge. What that means to me, not only does it all fit into a grand plan, what it also means is how much more confidence they have in Guardians now.
Do you think it had anything to do with Star Wars?
Why?
Like moving from the May dates.
Well, I mean,
this moved
so long.
No, I'm saying that
but maybe it's them trying to play ball with Star Wars.
No. That everyone's excited. Everyone's okay with it being a holiday release.
Yeah,
so they're like the May date's open. That has been.
But the May date's been open for a little bit, and they could have picked that May date because Star Wars has been moved away from May for a long time.
I think the reason why they moved Guardians to May, and I think that this had a lot to do with the success of the first film, and that it did so well because
they didn't expect that success.
Because nobody really knew who these characters were unless you were a hardcore fan going in, and I think that also was informing their opinion on whether we can do these other standalone films that they announced that we're about to talk.
This is a great point, by the way, regarding the trailer for Ultron, is that at Mashington712, and by the way, if you want to tweet at us, and we'll read some of the tweets on the air, at SchmoesKnow and hashtag at SchmoesKnow. Max says they were probably originally going to show the trailer at the event because it was supposed to come out that day.
I'm pretty sure Feige actually said exactly that. I think he said, we were planning on showing you this, and it got leaked, but you know what? I think he actually said, but screw it, we're going to show it to you anyway. Because James Spader's voice sounds a lot cooler when you're in a theater.
Yeah.
Well, it was supposed to originally air during S.H.I.E.L.D. because S.H.I.E.L.D.'s
hurting,
not doing so well.
But you know why? Because it's not that good.
I know.
That was for Kenny. I don't watch the show, kids. I'm sorry. I was just making that for Kenny.
I listen, and I after each show I look at Schmo. By the way, if you guys don't know, on Facebook, you guys Schmoevillians have created your own fan page called Schmoeville with an exclamation point, and you guys do a live chat there for this show every week. right now, if you're not a part of that, you should go there and be a part of it because it's a lot of fun. You get to talk to other Schmoevillians. But they are split on S.H.I.E.L.D. There's like, I know there's one guy, Max Ants, is always talking about how much he loves
Vincent. Good kid.
You can't say anything against S.H.I.E.L.D. or he'll go bananas. But
there's moments that work. There's a lot
it
of
sucks.
moments.
The show sucks. It's not a good show. But let's go now. We had Guardians. So Guardians comes out. You know it's going to hit big. That comes out May 5th. 2017, big, huge hit this year, biggest film of the year so far, depending on how Hunger Games does. So not a surprise that they moved that up. Cool.
Then we made an appointment.
To see a doctor. And this is not all, by the way. Now, this is not in order of all the releases because we're going in the order of the way Kevin Feige released these announcements.
Okay.
So he said that there's been a lot of talk about Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange will in fact be coming. Reilly, do you mind pulling up the date of when Doctor Strange is coming out?
Sure.
I think that,
it is November 4th, 2016.
Okay, November 4th, 2016 is when Doctor Strange comes. Now, we thought that we were going to see Cumberbatch come out right after.
That's what I thought they were going to play. Somebody get me a doctor, and then Cumberbatch was going to walk on with a stethoscope and a smock and just start operating.
Give me the news.
I got a bad case of Cumberbatch.
We're white.
I'm not.
No, you weren't dancing.
We'll get into Black Panther in a minute.
Yeah.
Nice.
Doctor Strange in the meantime,
Doctor Strange.
Everybody thought Cumberbatch was going to walk on stage, and Feige does such a good showman trick where he's not showing you his entire hand. So even though they moved on from Doctor Strange before really revealing anything, you still felt like there was something else coming, and clearly there was other surprises coming. But you felt
many
like
more something else.
Benedict Cumberbatch could have walked on stage at the end, and so he was just showing us what they had coming out before they went too specific.
Why do you think they didn't announce Benedict
negotiations?
anything?
I don't think they're there yet. I think that they're very close. And there was another point that was made.
Lock him down.
Yeah, what's the movie he's got coming out?
The Imitation Game.
I think that as that movie gets closer to coming out, that's when you're going to hear about it. So he gets double the promotion on it.
Well, and also so it doesn't deter from the excitement for that movie because you always, whenever you do junkets, it's like if that got announced, you do the junket for Imitation Game, all anyone's going to want to talk to you about is
they're still going to talk
he's
about
actually
it.
He's actually very particular about that. I interviewed him for Penguins of Madagascar, and he's such a great guy. And he's like, you know what? I've got so much going on. I only want to talk about this film. If you ask me anything else, I'm not going to answer
I think that may be an Oscar push situation too. Is his team is trying to strategically figure out when is the best time to announce this because they want to push him for the Oscar for this film where he's playing Alan Turing. And I think that it's just one of those things where it definitely happened, or maybe it's not quite happening. If this was the 90s, Kevin Feige I think would have had a beeper on him on stage, and so as soon as he signed, I really want to announce.
I think he had his phone on him. Do you think there's a chance that we're going to get surprised though, and they're going to be like, haha, P.S. it's not Benedict Cumberbatch?
Only if he drops out.
There is a possibility. I don't think so. I still think that was kind of leaked beforehand, and I still think it's strategic. I think it's going to happen. But what I will say is what I liked what Kevin Feige did was give us a little explanation on what Doctor Strange is all about. And for me, I knew that Reilly had talked about Doctor Strange for sure, and Matt Key, one of the hosts of our Marvel shows.
That's all I know.
But Tiffany, do you know him the character pretty well?
I think
give us a breakdown of him.
Especially this character. I mean, I've talked about him a little bit before, but he's very much a character who starts off as this arrogant person who ends up losing his ability to be a surgeon anymore.
And he's arrogant. He's very
incredibly arrogant, which I think Benedict is
good at.
Great. He could definitely play. It's a lot like a Sherlock Holmes character in some ways.
That's why I was saying in the beginning why it was a little safe.
Yeah.
I love that he got cast. I really do, but I just think that...
if he's gotten cast. We don't know yet.
If he gets cast, right.
He does the tortured genius very well. He's doing that Imitation Game and Penguins too.
I was to repeat my quote on MC Movie Talk when we were having this conversation. Derek Jeter was the safe choice to play shortstop for the Yankees for the last 15 years. Yeah. So I don't think even Christian was necessarily criticizing it. No. But sometimes you like to see a wild card like Joaquin Phoenix would have been. After hearing the description from Kevin Feige himself, I think Benedict Cumberbatch is a great choice.
Well, and he ends up going to a really dark place to become the Sorcerer Supreme.
I know it. Well, I love about the fact that they're going all these different dimensions.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I think is, if you look at Avengers, we're getting Quicksilver, we're getting Scarlet Witch, so I think we're getting a lot more of this supernatural kind of sorcery magic, and that's going to be the film that really takes us over the edge. But they're also saying that it's a scientific, they're really going to tie that in, so it makes it not seem so far-fetched.
I'm just excited about Scott Derrickson.
Really works.
Jate, do you not have the Doctor Strange picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, Derrickson directing that movie really gets me excited.
Yeah.
I like Derrickson as a director.
I don't know anything about comic book characters, but directors are my jam.
I know a little bit something about horror too, and I think that him just being able to inject these mysterious elements, and the guy's called the Sorcerer Supreme, and it's all really exciting stuff.
And that's what Feige said
exciting
too.
Picture.
It's amazing. It's great.
I like how dark it is. How it's almost like this is how it was revealed to us.
You know, the thing we got. Here's the thing. Yeah, here's the thing with JT is that he's got performances. Something he's been knocking out of the park lately. And Alicia, you and I have talked about this. He's been great on profiles too.
Yeah, he's a one-man band in there.
Tonight he's having a bad game.
No, I'll tell you what it is.
I mean, it's technical issues.
You're having a bad. I'll give you a technical.
I'll tell you exactly what it is. Is that now this is the problem with us in our decision making and deciding who to give this box office show to. Is that we put Jete in front of the camera, and all of a sudden he starts getting the girls, he starts getting the adoration, the drugs, the sex, the money that comes with that,
Finstock.
and it's gone to his head. They're having a big coke party in the engineering booth right now. Why haven't Cobster or Cody left the engineering booth? Because there's a lot of hot models in there.
Oh gosh.
Makuga, did you say something?
No.
Wait, what did you say?
He didn't say anything. Go to the next movie.
Okay. So we had Doctor Strange, and then he's still going into more characters that we already knew. And the next one was Thor Ragnarok.
I just really like saying the name of that, Ragnarok.
It's
so cool.
Sword thingy.
It was so funny because I think that
Sounds like a medieval stripper.
But I think there was a fake reaction in the crowd
Cyborg
because when they said Thor Ragnarok, everyone woo, and you got excited. But I think the same time people were like, "What the hell does that mean?" I think that because I didn't know what it meant.
I was sitting on the aisle, and I was sitting on the other side of the aisle from me, where like the fans wasn't the press, and they knew what it was, and you could tell.
Yeah.
It was like I was like, "Oh, coming
The
to the
dude
stage,
next to me
Ragnarok."
knew for sure.
So I think there's two different ones.
There's a
The
clone?
one that I'm pretty sure that they're going to go with, if you're looking at the kind of Ultron cyborg kind of stuff, is that there's a cyborg version of Thor.
I don't think they're going with that one. I think they're going with the Apocalypse version.
I don't know. I think they're going to... I don't know why. Why do you think they're going to go with that one?
Because Reilly, you got something? All right, Reilly, what do you got?
Because Ragnarok means it's the apocalypse, the end of all things.
Right.
Well, but I also think it could possibly be
That's where I think it's going.
Ultron and the Vibranium, and that Ultron makes this clone of Thor. And
I don't think they're going that round. I don't see
that happening because we have Ultron,
and it's what Feige said too in the presentation.
Yeah, and also, I mean, my one criticism of the Avengers trailer is like because of Iron Man 3. Like all the robots everywhere, it's like we've seen it 100 times now. In Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, and now Avengers. Like, why do we need to do it in Thor?
This is the last time we break all the robots.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's so many end of all time.
Yeah.
And then
it's also, you look at it, even with Civil War, how they're changing stuff. I think that if Guardians did anything for kind of taking stories from the comics to film, it's the fact that if we have no connection to this story, people are still going to love it. And so it's like they could take Ragnarok and take parts of both story and meld them together, and it's like it's a totally new thing.
Right. Absolutely. But as we get further down this path with all these crossovers, then you have the Avengers news that comes later in the presentation, is that Thor Ragnarok is going to have more pressure on it to include stuff from the other universe. And really the only way to keep heightening expectations is to do something like the Apocalypse. It's got to be something on that epic of a scale.
And it certainly seems... Give me the pen.
Oh, wow.
This is just embarrassing. It certainly seems that from where they're going into when we'll talk about the end titles here of what they released in 2018, that it's all going down the way of the Apocalypse. It's all going in the light of destruction. So, all right. So Thor was announced, and then after that, he said, "Let's get into some new characters." And he made it very clear, and people started going, "All right, who are we getting?" And then they showed the picture of the Black Panther.
Holy smokes!
And he said, and I think I said it on this show, that we are going to get that we got a tease for Andy Serkis as Claw.
Yeah. The Claw.
And the Claw. And as we saw that, it looked like that was going to happen because Black Panther now has been announced. Now, what impact he's going to have?
Well, didn't Feige also say that there is an Easter egg for Black Panther?
That was it.
Yeah. Okay.
But it was Andy Serkis.
Well, it will hope. I mean, we assume that's what it is. That is literally the coolest freaking thing ever, and I cannot wait to see it on the big screen.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah. McCooks.
Will Forrest Gump be in this movie saying, "Sorry, I'll ruin your Black Panther party"?
No, it's a different movie, JT.
Sorry.
But his theme song will be the Janet Jackson hit, Black Cat.
Yeah, thank you, Mark.
But I love Chadwick Boseman.
I love that, too. We're going to get to that, the impression of how he came out, too.
The thing with him, too, is that this character He's a king. Is he a prince or is he a king?
But when it starts, right?
Yeah, but he's royalty. He's incredibly intelligent. He's from like the wealthiest part in the world, Wakanda, that we don't. I mean, is not whatever real.
And he licks himself to bathe.
Yeah, I mean,
but I think he's perfect.
And he's going to play such a crucial part in all of this. And when we get to some of the later titles, we'll explain why. But he could serve the role of other characters. Maybe because you were saying that they've changed the storylines in comics. He might serve the role. You got something, Reilly?
I think he's going to serve the Spider-Man role.
Me too.
Yeah.
In the Civil War.
Me too.
He doesn't want to. He's going to go between. I don't know. In the Civil War, Tony Stark takes Spider-Man under his wing.
We have a video that we're going to show later that Mark Ellis took. That
guy's good.
But actually plays into that Reilly theory. But let's kind of move along because from there. Now this is interesting. If we have a special someone in the house, I'd like to bring that someone in very soon. But because next, not Cody.
There's our
nice to see you.
Cody.
Cody, by the way, you can't put you in the impression game tonight. So
back to your Coke party.
Sorry about that. But thank you for the beer. I wanted to bring up the fact that we were talking about this for a while. We were hoping this was going to happen, and Captain Marvel was finally announced.
One of the few times that Christian went, one of the many times that Christian went nuts during this press conference.
This one I just went, yes.
Everybody's going crazy. It was a Tiger Woods just making a putt to win the U.S. Open.
It was a Mark Ellis.
It was,
yes!
Yeah. And so, and the way that they revealed each of these titles, we should probably tell you guys that it wasn't just like, and now we're going to get, can we get our next slide?
Right.
Is there a
You mean JT?
No, the Black Panther, that's me, the Grand Caddy. Right. The Black Panther slide, every time they showed one of these.
It's supposed to be.
They just had that cool sound effect, and it literally sounded like whoosh, and then they showed the title.
It was a whole production.
So when it went whoosh, Captain Marvel, Christian elbows me. Yeah. He's so excited.
But you know why I did
happening.
that? Not only because they had Captain Marvel as our first superhero. Yeah. I wish I had the clip to where. Now, Tiffany, how did you do with a bet with me recently this year? Did you win or did you lose?
What?
Yeah. The Nymphomaniac.
That's right.
Excursion.
Josh McCougal will be on the losing end as well with the. I mean, after all this stuff, after everything that Marvel just did, you still think it's not going to make 40? Yeah, get your tutu ready.
There is no panic in that kid, though. There is no panic in that kid.
Mark Reilly, you have something to say?
I was just going to say you're going to lose again.
You're going to be wearing the tutu. I like that.
I mean, but
it's not going to be this close. It's not going to be as close this time.
No, it won't be this close.
No, you're going to lose. But to make you feel better, you actually are going to lose much later than Alicia Malone did. Because Alicia Malone made a bet that Captain Marvel wouldn't be announced until later next year.
Well, it's just because you said it with such... You were like, they're going to do it. So I was like...
Right.
That's how he ropes you in.
I'm going to bet against you. But I'm glad because I wanted a female superhero movie. I'm not glad about the date. I'm glad about the
let's introduce now. This will be very quick. Because you lost in Captain Marvel you are now going to be taking on an extravagant date and a wonderful night with the one.
A wonderful night? Steady on.
Wonderful
in
night.
Mexico.
Wonderful life with the one and the only Finstock.
The IRS is breathing down my neck like it's some kind of personal vendetta against Bobby Finstock.
Where is he?
It's Bobby Finstock.
No Finstock? He's not showing up?
No.
Not showing up to his own ceremony?
He's not showing up to go on a...
All I have to say is you better not stand you up for your extravagant date.
There's going to be romance.
There's no Finstock?
There's going to be...
No, we've searched this entire property. There's no Finstock. I didn't give you any...
It's going to be like under the desk.
Under the desk. I was like,
where is he?
Yeah, see, I don't know if this is...
Can you text Finstock and let him know that he just missed his appearance on the show? Wow.
That's my point about him. A gentleman is punctual, and here
really?
When he says he's going to be
This
here.
is my point.
I'm sorry, when have we ever said that Finstock is a gentleman?
No, but this is my point, Tiffany. If he's going to take me on a date, he's got to go through a crash course with Ken Knapsack on how to be a gentleman.
Yeah, but wait, let's make this clear. Just because Finstock missed his appointment on tonight's show, he's still going on a date with Alicia Malone. That's not
I'm a
not
woman
in
of my
question.
word. I will go on the date.
Okay, here's the difference. When you made your date, or your bet with possibly going on a date with him, you made that everyone had to be there. They're going along.
Yeah, that's a bad decision on your part.
I'm going to say we're going to have snipers across the street just in case.
Don't worry, and
Cody's going to be in the trunk.
I'll have Maud calling me just to check.
And then there's Maud. So let's talk about Captain Marvel because this is exciting.
Who is this guy?
Tiffany.
I think a lot of people have been saying that though.
You should break it down.
No, just the fact that people are like, I watched videos on YouTube, and literally people are like, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, and I'm like, Carol Danvers, female.
And Kevin Feige made it clear that it's Carol Danvers.
Let's just put it on the table. We've been talking about this for a long time. Freaking Katie Sackhoff.
It's JT.
Katie Sackhoff for Captain Marvel.
As far as the character goes, where it's like feminine but also a badass and can really hold her own, and come into this universe where it's like Black Widow, we've kind of seen her build up, and I think that Scarlett Johansson definitely opened the door for this film to be able to happen. But I'm excited about this one. I do think it kind of bums me out that the two that are the most groundbreaking are right in between.
Avengers?
No,
I think it's great. I'll tell you
why.
They're
very spread out.
I wanted to get you the Katie Sackhoff thing, because I have two opinions on it. You know that I think she's perfect for the role.
We know you're a fan of hers.
I'm a fan. So
we all are.
What I was going to say is that if you put her in this movie, by the time and this is a conversation I want to have with you guys too, because and I don't want to come off as being.
Are you talking about age?
But it's not. But here's the reason. She will be around 38 by the time the movie comes out. Now I know
someone that we have. Chadwick is 37.
That's
you see, the female body ages different than the man body.
This is the point I want to make, and I absolutely want to talk to both Alicia and Tiffany. I called you about this too because I wanted to talk to you about it, because here's the standard that we live in with Hollywood. Look. The one side is that with her being 38, the positive is that Carol Danvers is a woman. She's not a girl. So she definitely could play her.
Woman.
Katie Sackhoff has played this. Katie Sackhoff has played this type of role with minus the superpowers, but has in Starbuck. Right. So what's going against it now too is Ben Affleck, Paul Rudd, all later in their 40s, and the difference is too, especially in Hollywood too. And I'm not going to say I did not create man. I did not create woman, but men and women.
This is breaking news.
Men and women age differently. They age differently, and some women absolutely can make it work and crush it. And
but with the way Katie drinks that early in the morning,
come after me, and I want you to. But what I'm saying is here too. Sometimes it happens, and she could be 45, 46, 47, look great. I mean, look at Renee Russo, 60 years old, looks like she's 40.
Yeah. Renee Russo is 60?
Exactly. So, but the other thing is too, and here's a question I have as well too. If Ben Affleck never had any kids, right?
Okay.
Never had any kids, and then next week decided that he and his wife wanted to have their first kid, he can go ahead and make as many Batman's movies as he wants. If, let's say, Katie, who doesn't have a family, she doesn't have and wants to start having kids.
Sign me up for that.
She's got to make decisions now if she wants to lock into a Marvel contract for 6 or 7 years. So I'm saying it's different.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a factor. I mean, Scarlett Johansson just had a kid.
She's not locking into, but she doesn't have her own single movie.
Here's the thing, it also depends on when they lock someone
matter.
into the role, because it is so far out. And that's one thing that I do think with the DC announcements, we got some names cast, and I think it's so far out that a director being attached to a film, not a big deal, because it is, like, I agree they should be working on it. They are going to follow all the films. But having an actor attached that far out, I think is really, it's scary, because it's like not when you're talking about just like aging process, whatever, but it's like they also, how many actors have done something horrible and then like gotten kicked off their show?
True.
Or like
we got to limit the amount of alcohol Katie has when she co-hosts this show in between that and Captain Marvel. But look, the other thing I'll say is like this isn't even like 10 or 15 years ago. You can just the aging process for men and women has been so slow, especially in Hollywood, that people who should be looking older do not look that older anymore. Whether it's just by natural techniques, they drink a lot of coconut water, or they can have other stuff done to them.
I'm gonna also say that
I'm 45 years old.
You are? Nice.
Yeah.
I still think that she's the best person for the job. I want her to be Captain Marvel. I'm just saying I understand if Marvel was to say we want to cast someone 28 to 30.
Jennifer Lawrence.
I
don't want to see
matter. I know it does.
It shouldn't matter, but it does.
Takes it in.
Is it a risk opening a movie called Black Panther next to a movie with a cougar in it? Is that too much?
That's true.
Is that too many jungle cats?
Wow.
Thank you.
Wowza.
Yeah. That's how you end a conversation.
Well, we
got to move on.
I wanted to move on from Marvel, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the date, but it looks like maybe. How about this? If Finstock doesn't show up.
The IRS is breathing down my neck like it's some kind of personal vendetta against Bobby Finstock. It's Bobby Finstock. No. It's Bobby Finstock. No.
Poofanomics.
It's Bobby Finstock. No.
Did he? Oh my God! He duct taped that to his shirt.
This is going to be interesting. He's got both. He's got his ex-love and his current love. Turn it down, JT.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my god.
I retired the other day.
From what?
I fell off my checkbook and I hurt my back, and I'm full-time Bob Finstock now.
You fell off your checkbook?
What does that even mean?
Oh, well, you don't have an alter ego? You're just Finstock.
Yep, that's it.
Are you
just
so you also
Yeah,
you're
Tom's
saying
done.
you're broke? Is that what?
done?
Yeah.
Is the IRS breathing down the other guy's neck?
Yeah, well,
so you got to be
that's
Finstock?
having a big
I kind
problem.
of like Tom. I don't
Really?
Now wait a minute. Now listen. So I want to get your opinion. No, we don't have much time because you showed up late. I want to get your. I don't care. I want to talk to you about your thoughts on when you heard Captain Marvel was announced. What happened? Take me into that. Tell me what you were thinking. Then I want you to talk to Alicia. Tell her what you're going to do for the date, and then I want to hear what you picked out for her to wear, because that was the other part of it. You get to pick out what she wears.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I got her outfit in my pocket.
Oh great. That sounds amazing.
Amazing.
All right, here we go. All right, so Finstock, floor is yours. Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
I'm gonna throw up.
I was happy as a pig in slop.
Yeah.
You know.
You can talk to Alicia too.
I knew it was going to happen. I mean, he always wins, and then I always win on bets. It's the same thing.
It's destiny.
Real simple stuff. I was thinking, I got this perfect outfit for you.
Oh my god.
He's reaching into his back
anybody's
pocket.
thinking about pooponomics, it's Reaganomics, but
say poop.
I'm a lot younger. I was thinking this could be your outfit. 2 clothespins and a fruit roll-up.
A fruit roll-up? No.
Yeah.
Wow. Where would she put the clothespins and where would she put the fruit roll-up? Wait, what?
You know what I mean?
JTE, mark that on the time. That is a time code for anything.
No.
All right, quick.
No,
You can run it back. I mean, whatever you want to choose. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you feel
My
like
rule
doing.
was it
I don't know
has
where
to
you're...
be closed.
All right,
That was the rule.
Alicia has the floor and would like to say something to you.
Okay, so a lot of people on Twitter and Facebook say, why don't you like Finstock? It's not the case. I don't mind you. I feel like you're doing this to make her jealous, which is not going to work.
Well, she could wear this too if she wants.
No woman likes to feel like a second choice. But I will be on the date. I will be woman of my word. I'll wear whatever as long as it's clothes. But my thing is, you have to be a gentleman.
Would you be open to something maybe romantic happening if he treated you like a gentleman?
He has to treat me like a gentleman.
Yeah.
Pick
I'm a
me
charming
up,
guy.
take me somewhere nice.
I'm like Richard Chamberlain.
Well, you have to actually ask me questions about my own life and get to know me.
Did you hear what she just
Not
said?
just about my clavicles.
What did she just say?
She wants me to get to know her a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you, you're blushing.
Then, so I'll be open-minded.
Do you like that?
But
I'm a special individual, obviously.
I think you should go out with Ken first, and Ken can teach you how to be a proper gentleman.
That would be the greatest rom-com montage of all time.
Ken creepily walking out of the sound.
What's Ken's last name?
Knapsack.
Right.
Close enough.
I've been on a lot of dates with a lot of different women over the past.
And clearly those have all worked out very well.
Yeah, I just got back from Kathmandu.
Right.
As well, which I got a new place over
I'm going to Kathmandu.
Where'd you get back from?
I was at work.
Yeah. All right.
But I'm here now.
So got to be a gentleman.
Be a gentleman?
Treat me like a lady.
I will.
Don't be creepy.
It's gonna be taped, right?
Yeah, we're gonna tape it.
It's like
For
candlelight
sure.
dinner type stuff.
Yeah. Are
you gonna come? Are you gonna come?
No, she's not gonna come. That's
No.
But I want to show. I want her here.
You're going on a date with Alicia. Let's
Yeah,
just
you
be
have
happy
to
with that.
focus on me if you want to go on a date with
I
me.
know. I can fall in love with you.
No jokes aside.
Okay.
What will you pick Alicia out to wear?
I think we're gonna wear. I'm gonna wear like almost a tuxedo.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, you
Okay.
know what? I've kind of been dressing like George Clooney lately, like in Ocean's 11. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's cool. I don't
I'll
mind
do that. I'm
And
gonna get a haircut and a beard cut.
Okay.
You're gonna wear the mask still?
You're gonna get a beard cut?
Well, I look like a.
Wait. So the mask grows and you have to cut it back?
Well, that's true too.
Last thing before I kick you out of here. So what's she gonna wear?
I'm gonna probably a nice little ruffled dress. I mean, I do want to see your clavicles. I'm serious, and I think everybody else does too. I think you have a fantastic body.
You're not wrong there.
Yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. It's gonna be something form-fitting. So I don't know if you want to run for a couple of days beforehand.
Don't give her
Whatever you
workout
feel like
advice.
doing, you know.
She'll prepare
you're
however
losing
she.
me.
It's gonna be hot pink. So no dice on the.
No dice on the fruit roll-ups. Go put them up with yourself and we'll lock you in the bathroom.
they're edible.
I have a feeling that we're going to see Finstock a little later tonight. That's it. Let's start moving here. I'm sorry that happened.
It's a real fruit roll-up and it looks really good.
Quick. Now I want to hear about the Inhumans because that was the next one that came up. The Inhumans for me. Who knows the most about Inhumans?
I know a little bit. I know a little bit about the Inhumans.
And they're kind of like Marvel's called the X-Men. X-Men.
Yeah, they debuted in the Fantastic Four, and it was aliens doing experiments on humans and then making them trying to break through that plateau of genetics.
Cut to Makuga real quick. Cut to Makuga.
Eating fruit roll.
Yeah. So Makuga.
Eating my outfit.
I'm eating Alicia's outfit.
Okay, perfect. Reilly,
you're doing her a favor.
Give me a little breakdown of the Inhumans real quick. Give me like a minute breakdown of what you know, whatever you know about them.
What Ellis was saying. He's right on.
Yeah, see, why don't you trust me sometimes when I'm the expert on some things?
Well, I just know that our comic people are Tiff. And
it's not just Tetris and the Olive Garden, man. Right. There's a vault of gray matter up here.
So they're descendants of genetically altered primates.
Yeah.
And so they really are kind of like the first. They're like X-Men.
Yeah.
They have mutant powers, and so it really then also goes off.
I can hear you eating that roll.
Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, turn your mic off. I can hear you. It stinks too.
I don't have the chance to take. I can't turn off my mic.
Doesn't matter. Your breath stinks. I can smell it from here. On the fruit roll-ups. It smells like fruit roll.
Way to focus on Inhumans, guys. Really, well, bang up job by all four of you.
Inhumans is kind of their call to like being like, well, we can't quite get X-Men, so we're gonna go this route.
But I think they have to. Yeah.
My call was that Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are actually Inhumans.
Oh yeah, they're the first.
I think so too. I think that's what I think. But I think that agrees to Tiffany's point. Is that that's going to be their answer to X-Men. That's how they're going to explain the X-Men.
Also, where you talk about them kind of seeping in the supernatural kind of stuff, where it's not necessarily like someone from another planet, but it's like this is a human who has this gift and they're Inhumans.
Yeah, but isn't Quicksilver an X-Man in those movies?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's
well, yeah.
He's
but
it's
tricky.
But
is he like the all-time quarterback between the Inhumans and the X-Men when they play football?
Maybe, but they can't use the rights. They can't use mutant, and even though Quicksilver is a mutant in the comic books,
can they?
They can't even say it.
They can't say the word.
So then they're going to change their.
Which is also like they can never make reference to Magneto.
Yeah,
right.
I know it's going to be interesting. The mythology is going to be all over the map, but it's going to be interesting because this has to transition eventually too, because what happens after 2018 is the Inhumans are going to, because that comes out 2018. That's if it hits and if it makes an impact, they're going to be around for a while. We got to move on.
Avengers are going to before that happens.
That's exactly
it's
right.
Going to be a lot.
Moving on to the Avengers. This is the first part comes out. It's the Avengers Part 1, the Infinity War.
Yeah, Part 1 is May 2018. Part 2 is May 2019. Yep. And when they showed that it was split into two parts, Part 1 and Part 2 again, they did the sound effect. Boom, 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 boom. The place, the roof blew off the place.
Yeah, it was great.
And then War?
No, it's just War. It's just Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2.
Part 1, Infinity War, Part 2.
Yeah, and they showed this little kind of montage that happened. Then they show Thanos with the gauntlet, and
good.
It just everything looks so. It's really going to come to a head. Yeah, what do you got?
Can I just say that I'm super duper excited because I went on AMC Movie Talk. Yeah. We talked about the Infinity Stones, and I said that Loki had the stone in his staff, and everyone was like, "No,
I know. Yeah,
I got the Infinity Stones." My staff. Now look, I got the world's simplest question for you right now, and maybe somebody else can answer it. I spent all my research on the Inhumans. Now, Thanos holding the Infinity Gauntlet, and during that trip, are the Guardians of the Galaxy and the Avengers gonna cross over and hang out together?
They showed it. Remember that in that little teaser.
That's what I was asking you.
Yeah, they put together everybody, and they made a point. Yeah. Everything that Marvel did at that panel, that made it a point to show, hey, this is going to happen. Mm-hmm. This is going to happen. Mm-hmm. And they showed it's all going to come to a head. And whatever happens at the end of Phase 3, like Tiffany said, not everybody's going to be making out of this. I mean,
it's going to be a totally new Avengers lineup.
I think so too. And it has, and because you have to. Because all these characters that are playing, whether it be Downey or whoever, they're playing these characters for so long.
They're all getting old. Going to die.
Yeah, when these new contracts, these new contracts
come old. In. They're gonna kick it.
Well, the new contracts that come in, it's
right.
See, but you even said to me before,
I said it shouldn't matter, but Hollywood,
it does. But that was my point. It was
by 2019.
You got to be realistic about things too. That's
all gonna look like the Crypt Keeper in real life.
Who actually wants to play a character for that long anyway?
Well, money wise, you don't know how long you want to play. Well, listen. Okay, so finally, this is the thing. This is the thing that happened. So we want to go back to Captain America with the Serpent Society when they changed it all up and what everybody's been rumoring. Mark Ellis got a brilliant video of this. Jete, go ahead and play that video.
I want to thank the iPhone 6 Plus for this video.
And play it over the video. Don't play the video in the back.
This is heartbreaking for me. I never believed that something would come between us.
Yeah, well, get used to it. Sometimes you just gotta pick a side. And speaking of picking sides, Black Panther himself, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chadwick Boseman. cross, by the way. What do you think? You wanna drift one way or the other? Well, Iron Man, Captain America. As much as I respect you both. As much as I respect you both, Black Panther is kind of his own guy. We don't have to decide today. In all seriousness, I'm blessed to be a part of this Marvel universe and to work with you both. And I look forward to making magic together.
Thank you for coming out today. As you can see, we have a hell of a lot of work to do right now. You're going to get a free gift on the way
so
out.
Good. I mean, the free gift, we don't even know what the free gift was. Everyone was asking us. Everyone was asking us. Mark and I were in for the Q&A forever. We didn't get. Apparently, it was that picture of Black Panther. It was like concept art. It was pretty
Best thing about that entire presentation to me is that when Downey and Chris Evans first came on stage and the fans were so excited and a couple of them were like yelling stuff out, is that they stuck enough to their characters to continue with the thing. They didn't totally break. They had fun with the fact that they kind of knew it was the actors, but we kind of thought it was the characters too. You could tell that they were pros on the boards in front of a stage, and it was just awesome. It was awesome to see.
Look, the fact that it's called Civil War and the fact that they're going this ballsy with it already, it means that they have a clear-cut vision of their story. And Alicia, I know you're not the biggest comic book movie fan, but as far as you are a fan of story, you are a fan of characters. Is there something to be said of what Marvel's doing with the way that they're developing this overall story?
Definitely.
And they're not just focusing on, hey, let's blow this up or let's do that. It's like this has a through line.
Yeah, I mean, I go a little cross-eyed at all these characters because I don't really know about them, but Marvel is so good at setting them up in one movie and then they call back to it in the next movie, and these little Easter eggs, which I might not get at the start, when they're explained to me, I think they're really clever. Plus, Marvel are great at getting good directors and good actors. And like we were saying before, Chadwick Boseman, great choice. Mm-hmm. He's not someone that people know a lot about, but he's also a filmmaker himself. He makes some short films. I talked to him about that. He's a super nice guy, so I'm glad that he's getting a chance.
Yeah, me too. Tiffany, how are you feeling about the overall Civil War angle that they're doing it so soon? Because like we said before, we thought it was going to be just the two of them together and leading up to Civil War, but no, this is it. This starts it all off, and this is going to bring, because we know where Civil War goes down. Like they're going to have to choose sides, like they were saying in that clip. Where do you think, if you see Captain America and Tony Stark going against one another, which characters would you like to see on which teams?
I mean,
I like all these people. I gotta choose.
It's really hard to say where you want them to land because we don't know what stuff's going to happen between now and then with what they're doing with the cinematic universe. I mean, I think that Civil War to me is one of my favorite things because I think that anytime comics can kind of go a political route and speak to things that are going on in the world,
and that's
do
what
it
the comic
from a
did too,
superhero perspective, it's really
great.
cool and kind of like an easier way to digest it. And so I'm excited about seeing that. And I think that, Robert Downey and Chris Evans have both really said, I think they're ready to be closer to done with these characters.
Really?
And,
I don't think so now, though. But you know what though? I think that was before the negotiations to Civil War started.
But I think
really do.
But I think that it's kind of one of those
they backed up
things
that second truck on his lawn.
But it's like where you look at something with Star Wars and Harrison Ford, where he's like, this would be the great way to do it. Like, let's go out on top instead of stretching it out for so long. That at first I was like, Civil War seems early, but I'm excited that it's happening the way that they set it up.
Iron Man movies.
I love Harrison Ford to death. I don't think anybody in the Avengers universe is as crusty of a human being as Harrison Ford is in real life, and that's me being honest. Looking at Downey, looking at Chris Evans, just how much fun they were having hamming up with the crowd. I don't know that they're actually. I think that they realize, especially a guy like Downey, who's been through the ups and downs of Hollywood. But even before The Judge, when he was, and he had to have that, and he had to audition to play Iron Man. I think he more than anybody else realizes he can appreciate the position that he's in with the Avengers.
I'm sure he thought with The Judge that he'd get a lot of those fans coming in.
Right.
No one cared. People people care about Iron Man.
But everybody else in the Avengers respects that guy and his body of work and his talent enough because he's the actor of a generation to where they're all. Yeah, if I'm Chris Evans, I'm like, man, this Captain America thing blows. I'm so sick of this. Downey can sit that kid down and be like, hey, you better realize how lucky of a position you're in because not everybody gets his chance.
But I think it's that Marvel also has on some level realized that these actors want to do the indie stuff on the side as well. Because when I was at Comic-Con, I talked to Mark Ruffalo and Chris Evans, and I said, how good is it for you guys to be able to do kind of the indie stuff on the side where it was Snowpiercer and then what was the one?
Foxcatcher as well.
No, what was the one that Ruffalo just did?
The
singing, the music one.
Begin Again.
Yeah, Begin Again. So it was, they had just done those, and then they were promoting those, and then now they're here for Avengers. And it's like, I think that finding that perfect balance, where it's like a movie you do for yourself artistically, and then a movie you do for everyone else. And the great part about it is neither side is bad. So you, that's why I'm like, I don't know where anybody's going to land, because one side is, okay, yeah, we need to register with the government so that they can kind of keep track.
Well, you know Cap is going to get Black Widow.
He's going to get Black Widow.
But here's the thing. There's some rumors that some stuff might happen between Black Widow and Hulk in Avengers, and so I don't know where that's going to put them. Right. That's why I said I don't want to say which side I think people are going to land on, because I think they're going to mix some stuff up.
Now, here's a question for everybody, too, and this comes in from @NathanLiving, which is a great question. How about you guys, Schmoes? Which side are you picking? Are you going to be on the side of Cap, or are you going to be on the side of Iron Man? Now, the argument is, so people don't know, is that Iron Man wants like superheroes at this point. We don't know all the events too, what's going to lead up to this, but he wants them to kind of be able to answer to somebody that they shouldn't have all this responsibility.
He feels responsible for some of the stuff that happens with Ultron.
Right. So and he thinks that superheroes should be accountable for it and be able to answer to someone. And where Cap is on the opposite and thinks that sets against civil liberties, and so
especially with the setup with Hydra.
Right. Exactly. So real quick, what side are you guys on, or would you be on at this moment between Cap and Tony?
I go with Cap.
All right.
I go with Iron Man because he's got the Iron Man suit that can protect me. And again, I think he does feel.
But not just protecting.
I'm telling you why, because he feels responsible for what happened, for a lot of the stuff that happened with Ultron. Yeah. So I think that he's going to be the guy to bring us out of this because he feels personally indebted, and he feels like he has to atone for his mistake. Yeah. And I like hanging out with people that make mistakes.
That also forces people though to be overprotective.
Yeah, I go with Cap because I'm against, taking away civil liberties.
Right. All right. Well, I am going to go with Iron Man, I think, as well, too, because I think
because women age so fast in today's society.
Yeah, just get rid of them all.
Cap doesn't age.
After 30, it's down.
All right, a couple things that I want to do here. Before, I want to ask the entire crew in a second what their overall thoughts were of the Marvel panel, like everybody, because even Makuga, who again isn't the biggest superhero fan, but I know that he was kind of blown away from a lot of the things he heard. I want to talk to him.
He's been taking copious notes this entire show.
Before we do that, now we're going to take our second call from Schmoeville, 424-253-0504, for you guys to pick on who you want to choose in the game. If you guys are going to pick someone, remember, these are the people that are left on the table.
The celebrity impression dating game. Not
the game. Myself, Mark Ellis, Cobster, Makuga, Ken, Alicia, Tiffany, Jete. Reilly is off the board. So, all right. So Jete, we look for the.
Somebody chose me.
Yeah, someone chose you before you came in. 424-253-0504. Call in, and you guys will go ahead and choose someone, and we'll take 2 or 3 calls. Real quick, Makuga, give us your overall thoughts on everything that you heard with Marvel. You were hearing about it. What you think? No, but you told me you were pretty.
There's an entire page of notes right there.
That's for something else.
The rapid fire questions. It's fine.
She would have said there were notes.
I was hoping.
Yeah, they're just
way to sell it.
They're plot lines for Black Panther.
Here we go.
Listen. If these movies help get other movies that are good made, then awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, what? These movies could be good too.
No, they can't. We're inundated now. It's like we all have taken showers before. We know what happens. You lather up with the soap.
Cut them off. All right. Now
it does get rid of the middle class.
Let's take phone calls here. All right. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
You have Daniel Skip Allen from DeLand, Florida. Go profile.
Yeah,
nice.
Go profile.
So I'm gonna guess you're gonna take Alicia.
No, I'm sorry. I I just want to say I apologize to Josh McCougar. I do not watch Guilty Movie Pleasures, but I watched the videos of him, and he has won this before, so I'm picking Josh McCougar.
All right. Well,
you should watch Guilty Movie Pleasures.
You should also watch episodes of the dating game from episodes 3 on when we made the Bachelorette turnaround so they couldn't see McCougar. All right, you got another one calling in? We'll take one more to pick. Jate, you want to? All right, here we go. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Michael Hill.
Hey, Michael Hill?
Yeah.
Michael, so who are you picking tonight for the celebrity impression dating game?
Well, I'm going to have to go with the rookie and pick Alicia.
No.
You're going with Alicia. Oh, poor Alicia.
I'm really bad.
All right, we'll take one more. Let's take one more. Way to endorse yourself.
I really am.
All right, here we go. Coming on in. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey, this is Andrew.
Andrew, what's your last name, Andrew?
Andrew Slayton.
Andrew, okay. And so, who are you taking tonight in the celebrity impression dating game?
I'm going to take the funniest man alive, Mr. Mark Ellis.
Oh, nice.
Oh, well, he's wrong about that, but I got a chance of winning this game tonight.
All right, here we go. So we'll take one more. We'll take one more.
Thank you, Andrew.
One more, and then we're going to talk to Reilly about his overall thoughts. All right, hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey, guys, it's Jer Silvera.
Hey, Jer. So, Jer Bear. Who are you taking tonight in the celebrity impression dating game?
Who's still available? Because I just got on right now.
Here's who you cannot pick. You cannot draft me, Mark Ellis, unfortunately. You can't take Alicia Malone. You can't take Mark Reilly. And you cannot take Josh McCougar.
Okay, I'll pick Christian.
Okay, cool.
It'd be great if you just hung up. Just like, screw this game.
I don't want to be in the competition.
I know,
good to go. All right, that's good. So we'll take some more phone calls in a little bit.
Wait, did you just get drafted?
I did.
You were just going to take phone calls till you got drafted.
No,
and then you were going to.
Maria's going to be here pretty soon. We got to get Reilly's thoughts. Reilly, so what were your overall thoughts of because you've been following a lot of these things, a lot of the rumors, the Doctor Strange stuff coming out. Your nose has been in it more than probably anybody here. A fan, but he's hearing all these rumors and stuff. The Chadwick Boseman thing came out of left field.
Yeah.
Nobody heard about that.
I didn't hear a thing about that.
Right.
And
So, what were your overall thoughts?
I had somebody say that there was never going to be a Black Panther movie. So my thoughts, I was over the moon.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for this slate of movies.
What's the thing that you're most looking forward to? Like, you see all these movies coming out, and then what's the one that stands out as like, oh, I can't wait to see where that goes?
Well, I mean, obviously Avengers, but if I were to pick like one of the new titles, it'd be Captain Marvel or Black Panther.
Yeah.
Those are my two. Or the Inhumans. I don't know. It's so hard. I'm a geek just loving this. And not only just because of Marvel, but because of DC too. I don't care about this war that everybody thinks is happening between the two of them. Right. We're all winning.
I'm with you.
Oh, I totally agree with that.
This is like so awesome.
I totally agree with that. Yeah.
This is a genre now that is here to stay. I'm sorry.
I'm with you.
It's
just
ruining
like
the middle class
movies.
of films.
Yeah, but it is here to
it's
stay.
taking away all the budget from these middle films, like dramas and rom-coms. So now you have
that's the one thing
huge blockbusters or the tiny indies, and I don't like that.
Well, I agree with that, and I hope that Hollywood they can do all of it. They could do these other things.
The awesome thing though with these actors that they're choosing are actors that want to direct and make films. So it's like give them money, and they're doing stuff on the side, which is like
hopefully, but they just need
I'll also make a quick point about here's where cinema's going in general too. Is that Alicia, you're a huge fan of these smaller movies.
Yes.
However, you can freely acknowledge that you don't need to see these smaller movies at the huge multiplex on an IMAX screen. So the way that technology is moving forward, if you can watch smaller movies and they can actually get released right to Netflix, and that can be profitable for studios, then you can have these huge multiplexes that are built off of Iron Man's shoulders. Occasionally it'd be nice to see them, but if I'm a kid and I'm just like, and I don't have a job where I get to see movies for free, I'm sorry, but I need to see the theatrical experiences.
I agree.
Something like an Interstellar where you need to see it in the theater and then also these superhero
and I
movies.
think that's fine for smaller indies. You can watch it in a variety of ways, and that's great because people are more accessible to them. But it's the mid-range movies that we don't get anymore.
Yeah.
We don't get the dramas, we don't get the rom-coms. And I've
know,
spoken
we
to
do-
so
we
many
do get
directors
them,
who say that they would never have their films made today, and some of our favorite movies would never get made
wait,
today.
but wait,
it
we
also
do-
ebbs and flows.
Yeah, no, but we do get those movies, but they're just, and I agree that they're smaller budgets now, and you're not the types of movies that got made years ago. that had the budgets that they did years ago would not get the type of budgets they do today, because that's not what the marketplace is calling for right now.
Well, let's say like Rob Reiner says, I would never have made When Harry Met Sally.
Right, but also the difference is, though, and this is also, there are tons of film fans out there that don't get to see movies like this too, but you got Whiplash and Birdman and Nightcrawler and all these movies they're independent limited films, but they do get made.
They get made. No, that's what I mean. They get made. The tiny films, the huge films get made, but what about everything in the middle where you get these great classics that we grew up with and we love?
My biggest complaint with Whiplash, no jet propulsion packs whatsoever.
Well, it was an absolutely fun discussion. The overall thoughts were that it was just an amazing panel. We had a lot.
The Marvel clearly has the right president in Kevin Feige. That's the guy that if you're making something, then why don't they do it at
What are they going to do at Comic-Con?
A lot. Now that they have the slate, a lot.
Yeah, they're gonna have a lot of really cool parties.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
Okay, so that was it. that was the end of our Marvel discussion, and now we're going to be very excited because very soon we're going to be. We have to have you guys switch for a second.
That's fine.
So if we have Tiffany's going to hit the co-host seat, Alicia's going to join. If we can have Alicia. You take Makuga. You take Makuga's seat, and Makuga's going to come into Ken's spot in a little bit, because we are very excited that we're going to be finally having Maria, I guess, in her own studio.
Yeah.
And she's going to be joining us in studio on the Schmoes No Show for the first time in just a little bit.
The house that Maria built. We finally get to welcome her as a business partner as well as just a great guest, and we're a huge fan of not only hers, but the parties that she throws at her humble abode.
Her humble abode and everything that she's done. So I'm actually, because I want to talk to her about just why she got involved with us knuckleheads in the first place.
Yeah, why she decided to let us use this and really launch our Phase 5. I mean, you talk about Marvel, how excited they are to launch Phase 3. How excited were we when we first came into this studio earlier this year, and we've made this our home. We feel very comfortable here now, but it's still, every time I walk in here, it's like, this is such a neat place to do a show.
It is. It's going to be a lot of fun to talk to her about too. Now, Tiffany, before we welcome Maria too, have you seen any of the movies that are coming out? Oh, there's only really Nightcrawler's the only one that's coming out so far this weekend. Have you seen that yet?
I haven't seen Nightcrawler yet. I'm really excited to see it. I am seeing The Theory of Everything and Interstellar on very soon.
Are you seeing Interstellar on Monday with us? We're going to a screening.
Yeah, we're seeing it on Monday. And Makuga's going as well. Yeah. And speaking of Makuga, even though it was a lot of fun to cut off his mic before when he was saying silly things about the movies before,
it's a lot of fun just to tell him to stop talking.
Sometimes, but it would not be fair to not give him the credit on what he did with Nightcrawler. He interviewed both Jake Gyllenhaal and Rene Russo. We're going to show the Rene Russo interview later. Yeah. And it's just the way interviews should take place. And it really is. Him and Elise Mullen and Tiffany, the three of them, what they do in regards to interviewing, and I'm not just saying because they're on the team. It's like it's the way that sometimes when people are interviewing, they're not listening and they're just like, oh, definitely, right, yeah, sure, and they're thinking about their next question. When you watch this interview with Makuga, he's having a conversation with her. And that's why it's so fun. It's a back and forth. So there's really a lot to be said for that. And I'm proud to show his interview later on around 7:30 or so.
Yeah, he's always in the moment when he's talking. So is Alicia and so is Tiffany. And if you watch Josh's show Between the Sheets, you realize he's got a lot of good training for this because he's just great at asking some, not the tougher questions, but questions that celebrities don't usually get.
Yeah, so there was someone that was on his show, and I won't say the person's name because I don't know if I'm allowed to, but I was talking to someone that was on his show recently, and they're like, I just figured no one would really catch this particular one. And then my mom saw it. And my mom was like, I saw you on an interview with that guy and you really opened up. I didn't know that about you. And he's like, and I wish you didn't. So it was very interesting.
I had a girl message me. I had a girl message me one time I was on the road, and she messaged me because she saw the interview with Between the Sheets and she was enlightened about some things that she didn't previously know about a young Mark Ellis.
Right. And, that you were fat, Ellis?
Maybe it intrigued her. No, it wasn't about my fat past or my fat future. Did she ask you on
a date?
There were some, Tiffany, it gets late at night on the road, and you're just so damn lonely in that hotel room. And Facebook has this wonderful option. You can take pictures of yourself with your own computer if you want to.
Who knew that Makuga was a matchmaker on Between the Sheets?
Who knows?
He ruins as many relationships as he gets together. Don't.
Well, look, it is Halloween as well coming up there too. Are you if you were gonna spend Halloween with a lady, if you were going to do that, Ellis, or Tiffany, if you were going to spend it with your fiance, would you?
Congratulations!
Yeah.
Oh.
Tiffany, should we just tell him on this show about
personal vendetta against Bobby Finstock?
I mean,
yeah. Do you?
It's been a while.
What? I know that you don't love horror movies and scary movies just because they really scare you. What would you watch that you could hold on to Finstock's arm?
Stop.
Oh, sorry.
I already saw Ouija. I will say, I had an audition for a horror film, which I will say reading a horror script in your house by yourself freaks you out. And then having to do the audition and be like I had to be a possessed person. It went pretty well, but I was like, I'm kind of scared of myself doing this. So when you watch something like Ouija, you're like, holy moly.
Oh, holy moly. Look who has entered the studio.
Yay!
She is back in Schmoeville for the first time since she partnered up with these knuckleheads. It is the one, the only, Maria Menounos. Oh my goodness. It's so good to see you.
So funny to see Schmoeville, but
in your house.
In our
yeah, we're playing this particular song for you right now too. But it's
we're kind of in your house right now. So thanks for sprucing the place up for us. We hope we didn't make it too dirty.
I love it. I was like, I had ice cream on the way here, and they're like, "Do you want a beer?" And I'm like, "Well, it wouldn't be." Right, if I came in and didn't have a beer, so I'll have some popcorn and a beer.
Right.
We'll be good.
Yes.
Wait, is that the Every Girl's Guide to Fitness? Is beer, popcorn, and ice cream? Is that what it is?
Speaking of which, Cody, where's my beer? Where'd it go? We have new interns and everything too. So
great. I love the podium.
Yeah, we got the whole thing. So I mean, this is the first time you've been on the show since we formed our partnership.
I know.
And so
I wanted you to work out the kinks.
And it worked out. It did. It's true. It's true.
She's like,
did you hear we partnered with the Schmoes?
Yes,
she's just getting this news now.
Yeah,
and she couldn't be more thrilled.
It's true.
I did hear, honey.
It's like I wanted to make sure they stuck around before I came on.
Yeah. And for those of Schmo who hadn't seen the Toad Hop days when you came on, we all of us kind of hit it off. We had a blast when you're on. Why in God's name would you want to be in partners with us?
Well, I have to say, I think first of all, I loved being on the show. It was so much fun. And, I think you guys are really talented, and I wanted to be able to give you guys a home and for us to, bring our resources in here and help you guys, become even bigger.
You ever feel like we're the tramp in the Disney classic Lady with the Tramp? That was just Maria rolling us a meatball. We're like, oh, thank you so much. We'll roll it right back to you.
No, it's amazing. I think you guys, I think we can do some really cool things together, and I think, it's a good partnership.
It's been awesome so far. We've been having a lot of fun here, so thank you so much.
We're gonna do something really fun together in about 15 minutes.
True. So you know what you're in for with the dating game? The celebrity impression dating game?
Not really.
All right, I'm going to explain it to you because you're actually.
Should I start eating?
No, you're going to have
so that I can start drinking.
I actually think you're going to have a blast with this because from the last time that we talked. So what we've done, we haven't done it. This is the first time we've ever done it this year. It was very popular when we were back on Toad Hop. So it's the first time we're doing it here. What it is that you will be the Bachelorette. We're going to set you up we'll give you a chair, put you over by the podium, and we'll put the headphones on you over there. And all of us will do probably pretty horrible impressions.
Of me?
No. That's
a whole new spin to the game.
That's a different. That's next week. Hey,
girl, it's you. You look so pretty tonight.
Is that what she sounds like?
Do you sound like? Does that
My impression was actually going to be Maria Menounos. That's what I was going to try to get her to go on a date.
Trying to be me?
Yeah, babe.
Ellis,
don't hate yourself, Maria.
Unbelievable. So what it is basically. So we've all chosen impressions. Like for example, Mark Reilly has won the game before being Sean Connery. Somehow McCougar's won it as John Lovitz.
I've almost won the game being Mickey Mouse.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I have not almost won the game.
You're gonna go through 4 rounds, and you will be answering. You have 4 questions you'll be asking, and you get to cut people that have either answered the way you want it. You can cut off of impression if it's just terrible, if it's funny, however you want to keep them in. You hold the power.
Remember that show, The Dating Game, when it would be like it'd be one female, and then she'd have a bunch of contestants, and she has to pick the one that suits her the best to go on a date with. You're gonna have 9 horrible celebrities to choose from, to go on a date with one of them. Do you actually have to go on a date with them? That's gonna be left up to your discretion.
Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
Which means no, you don't.
So that's it. But besides that, before we get into that, we wanted to talk to you because you've gone on a bunch of different endeavors as well since we've talked last. Tell us about E. What's going on over there?
Cheers to that.
Cheers, absolutely. We haven't gotten a chance to talk last. I mean, we've seen each other in passing through your parties, which are phenomenal, by the way. But we haven't had a chance to really kind of sit down and talk about what you're doing now. What's going on?
Well, I am at E now. I think I officially started in August. I left Extra in June. Took a little bit of time in between to kind of regroup, rejuvenate. And I've never taken a break in 14 years, so it was kind of nice. I went to a Tony Robbins seminar.
Awesome.
Wait. You took a break, and you went on a seminar to go get more motivated to never have to take a break again? Is that what it... It's the same. Like when my dad retired, he just mowed the lawn every day. Then he's like, I'm just going to start working again. Like, are you a workaholic? Is that fair to say?
For sure I am.
Yeah.
Absolutely, definitely. I mean,
but
100%.
But the vacation and the break was like,
oh my God, it was the greatest thing I ever did.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Technically, I was only supposed to work like 3 or 4 days for my show Untold, but I ended up working like 16 days in that month and a half I took off. So really, I worked a lot because then it was like fitting.
And that's just you having to do it because it's just in your blood, or because a little both?
I wanted the show to be good, and so even though they're like, you don't have to be here, I'm like, well, I kind of have to be here. So I wanted the show to be good. So I didn't really get like a full month and a half like I really had wanted to just decompress, look at everything from a different lens, but I got enough.
You took like a 50% break.
I did. And by the way, after having no breaks, it was so worth it.
Yeah. After no breaks, any break is a good break, even if you're working half the time during said break. And then you start working at E in August, and how's that been different for you?
Oh, it's been so amazing. You know, I've been in the syndicated news business for so long, and now I'm in cable, and I'm global. Like, my family's watching me in Greece in real time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing to me. That's like mind-blowing. People are texting pictures from Australia on their TVs. They're like, watching you right now on Live for Me, and I'm like, this is so surreal. So, and the people there could not be nicer. The talent. Oh, thank you, God. They couldn't be nicer.
It's going to be real kick in the butt coming back here, huh? They're interviewing all those really famous people.
I bet they don't offer you beers and popcorn.
Yeah, no, we offer fake celebrities and you.
Yeah, but it's been great.
That's
great. It's been so fun. And I'm live on Live for Me Monday through Wednesday nights, which is so great because you just have fun, you know, for those nights. And then Untold, and my, you know, brain stimulated. It's like my Today Show and nightly news background mixed with all my entertainment background, like smushed together. And tonight we just aired I think it was our 3rd episode of Untold, and it was about transgender in Hollywood and depression, obviously following Robin Williams' passing. And so so it's good.
I've always, if I may, I've always wanted, because we were talking about Josh McCouga does a lot of interviews for us, and Tiffany and Alicia, they're both great at interviewing celebrities. When you're doing an interview like that, do you prefer it to be live and the moment, and there's no cuts? This is the take we got to use, or would you prefer to have it just be a little more, we can set up where we want to go with this?
Oh, I would prefer live anytime. Because when you're doing a taped interview, people love to stop and interrupt you and tell you what, you know.
Can I get makeup real quick?
Yeah. And so, like, to me, there's just, when I was shooting my podcast Conversations with Maria, the live, I told everybody, we're shooting this as live. So at one moment, Zoe Saldana started crying, and then she needed a tissue, and she's like, I think I need a tissue. I have like a boogie, and I'm like, let's do it. I'm like, I'll pick my nose too with you so you don't feel alone. And we're like having a fun moment. But, you know, it was real, and it was...
We're live, Gamora!
Well, right before you walked in, I was talking because McCouga just had a great interview with Rene Russo that we're going to show later on in the show.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was just a great back and forth. And one of the things for me, for certain interviewers, they don't listen. And it's just,
present.
Yeah, they're not present. They just have their questions in their head. So it's kind of, they're like, oh, definitely, right, sure, definitely. But he was in this moment to where it's just real. And she responded to it because it was real. So I understand that for sure. But speaking of Josh McCouga.
And usually McCouga, to his credit, usually fake as a plastic Christmas tree.
He's a horrible Maria is familiar with Josh McCouga because at the party that she invited us on the show,
his smile
McCouga had a dance-off with Derek Hoff that's legendary now that we have on.
Unbelievable.
There it is. The Wild Man is here.
Your dancing's unbelievable.
It's unreal. Now, Josh McCouga has prepared something for you that we would like to do before
it's a song. Okay, guys.
So
if the rest of Journey can come in here.
Yeah.
With choreographed dance
moves. Oh my God. I love this show. I love all of you. It's no wonder I invite you guys to my parties, but like your energy is infectious. I was falling asleep coming here, got the ice cream to like zhuzh me up, and now I'm like, woo.
Now we'll get Pacino here. Wake up! No, come on! Awesome. So this character is here for a reason. What he is going to do what he did to Rene Russo, he did Gyllenhaal. Now Maria Menounos gets the treatment. It is rapid fire time. He's just going to fire a bunch of questions at you. You answer quick, and then we move on.
Okay.
You ready for it?
Is burping allowed?
You can do whatever you want.
I can feel on brewing.
You kind of own this place.
Yeah.
All right, McCouga, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Start the clock. And 1, 2, hit it.
All right, best movie filmed in Boston.
I can't even name it.
The Tomb.
No, was it The Town that I love the most?
I would say Gone Baby Gone.
Oh, I think it was Gone Baby Gone. I loved, yeah.
Gone Baby Gone.
Dear Diary, gave Maria an answer tonight.
What was the first movie you saw in the theater?
The Fox and the Hound.
Ooh, classic.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
With my rich aunt because we were too poor to go to the movies. That was my first and last movie before I went to college.
Wow. If you could play any celebrity in a biopic, who would it be?
Julia Roberts. So I'd be like, big. Huge.
Better
I worship her.
Better movie dog, Air Bud or Beethoven?
Lassie.
Lassie wasn't in a movie. He was in TV.
Well, no, they made
a movie. Lassie, come home.
What was Uncle Jesse's last name in Full House?
Jesse. Jesse.
It's Greek.
Broderick.
Cutsopoulos. Close. So it was close.
Wow, that's good.
Am I good looking enough to be in your sequel, Every Guy's Guide to Fitness?
Yes.
Better Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones, or Han Solo?
Indiana Jones.
Yes. Name 2 out of the 3 main stars in the movie Celtic Pride. You're a Celtics fan. Come on, Menounos. There's a thing right outside.
I hate myself.
Damon Wayans, Daniel Stern, Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, them.
The ice cream and the beer don't mix.
5 a.m.
What actress played Maria in West Side Story?
I have her book on my thing, on my
How do you
table.
solve a problem like this question?
Hold on, I gotta visualize the book. Oh shoot, where did I put it?
It's a great window into Maria's world.
I
See how she does this
photographic
process.
memory, and I'm looking at my coffee table, and it's not there right now because I moved
Don't rush her. I want to see this process.
Shit, this is like trivia. It's
I would
not
never
nice.
lose my keys again if I could just master this technique.
No, oh no. She was just honored at like the Oscars this year.
1 minute left. One
Walk it
minute
out.
remaining.
Stay on target.
1 minute.
Stay on
She was
target.
also in Princess Diaries.
Christian, I got to give her a 5 count. I'm going 5 count. 5.
I give up.
4.
Natalie Wood.
Never mind.
What actress owned the bar in Coyote Ugly?
The Piper Perabo?
No, Maria Bello. I'm giving you Maria questions. Here we go. Come on.
Clearly, I'm not infatuated with myself and my name.
30 seconds. Would you rather be married to George Clooney for 6 months or have a long weekend tryst with Brad Pitt?
Married to George Clooney for 6 months.
Good.
Duh.
All that Italy time.
What movie always makes you cry? 20 seconds.
The Wizard of Oz.
If you could be in any famous movie kiss, what kiss would you take?
Ooh.
10 seconds.
It was lit up on that one. I like that one.
You can also give her the Meg Ryan scene from When Harry Met Sally.
5.
Maybe like
4.
Am I saying this out loud? Maybe like a Ryan Gosling something.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there you go.
The Notebook. The Notebook.
Final thing. Can you say?
Yes, in the rain.
I get it.
Can you say you're watching the Schmoes No Movie Show, but in a Boston accent?
You're watching the Schmoes Knows movie. What?
And with that, we're going to go to break. When we get back, it is the return of the celebrity impression dating game with Bachelorette Maria Menounos.
Don't go
Get
anywhere.
Ready for it. Here we go.
Oh my. Hey guys, Maria Menounos here, and I want to share my newest book, The Every Girl's Guide to Diet and Fitness, with you. Basically, every woman always stops me and asks me how I lost 40 pounds, so I decided to put it all in one book. Everything I did to lose 40 pounds step by step, and how you can too, is in here. I did it with no time, no money, and no willpower, and now I'm going to show you how to do it too. You can pre-order it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Target, Walmart, wherever books are sold, and it's out June 3rd. So I hope you guys love it. I hope it helps you in your weight loss journey, and please, please tweet me and update me on your progress at Maria Menounos. Thanks.
What's up, Schmoeville? It's me, the Wild Man, Josh McCouga. You guys know me from the podcast and Wild Man TV, but did you also know I have my own talk show? It's called Between the Sheets. I bring on comedians, TV personalities, adult stars, and we talk about everything, but mostly sex. So go to my YouTube channel, The Casual Mafia, subscribe, and see every episode of Between the Sheets. We done? Yeah, I'll be right there, sweet.
Hello, Schmoeville.
I'm Alicia Malone.
And I'm Scott Mance.
And we are from Profiles with Malone and Mance, an excellent show that you should all be checking out.
Every week on Profiles with Malone and Mance, we are going to look at our favorite directors, our favorite filmmakers, our favorite actors, all sorts of fun trivia. We're going to count down the best movies. What else we got on the show?
Fun guests. Lots of surprises.
A little trivia, a little quiz show action going on.
Have we convinced you yet? I hope so. If we have, please look up Profiles with Malone and Mance on iTunes. Subscribe, rate and review, and make sure to subscribe to YouTube/Schmoes No Podcast for all the great podcasts that are happening on this network, but especially Profiles.
Profiles with Malone and Mance every week on the Schmoes No Network.
Stand-up comedy, sketch comedy, screenwriting, radio, acting, professional wrestling, love, life. Ken Napzok, the producer of the Schmoes No podcast, has failed at all of these things, but his friends haven't. So join Ken as he makes his wonderful friends your friends, including some of your favorite Schmoes No characters as they discuss life, the universe, and everything on The Napzok Files. Available on Stitcher and iTunes. Hashtag The Napzok Files to join the conversation.
So we go now?
What up, Schmoeville?
What's up, Schmoeville? It's Josh McCouga here.
Steve Simone.
We are the hosts of Guilty Movie Pleasures here on the Schmoes No Network.
And it's pretty much the funnest show ever because we just talk about the best movies ever.
Yes, exactly. Movies where explosions, there aren't supposed to be explosions, and karate kicks where they just might not be.
Yeah, but every time you watch them, it makes you happy.
Exactly. So tune into us, subscribe to our channel, rate us, like us on iTunes.
5 stars.
All the time. And like Jack Burton said,
what you gonna do, Schmoeville, when McCouga and Simone run wild on you?
All right, Schmoeville, it is the return of the celebrity impression dating game. I know you're all very excited because of the Ultimate Schmoedown, which has been 15 weeks. It is now over and done with, and the popular game comes back. And what a way to come back. You have our Bachelorette, Maria Menounos. Amazing. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I broke up with Kevin tonight just for it.
Just for it. Perfect. So what we're going to do before, because we only have, let's see, how many more people do we have left that Schmoeville can call in for?
Probably just me.
Oh my God, wait, is that the all-in charging unit that I just saw advertised online?
Yeah, this one is. Yeah, it's pretty great.
Is it holy shit?
It's pretty good.
Is this a read that we're doing? Is this a, make sure you check out the new charger.
I just saw that today.
It's awesome.
Sorry.
No, they're the best. They really work. I like 4 of them. Okay, here we go. We have four spots left. Let's get Schmoeville on the line. All right. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey, Reggie, Alan Cumbus calling in. What's up, guys?
Hey, Alan. So, Alan, what?
Hi, Alan.
Who do you? Oh, wow, nice, Alan. Maria Menounos just gave you a nice shout. Alan, so who do you got that's left on the table? Quick. Come on, Alan.
I don't care. Put me with anybody.
Who do you got? Ken. All right. All right. Alan's got Ken.
Thank you.
All right. So here we go.
All right, so who's left? We have Jete, Cobster,
all right, here we go.
Tiffany.
Let's take the next one. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Alan Hughes of Winter Park, Florida, USA.
Alan Hughes. Who do you got?
You can either pick Tiffany, Jete,
or Cobster.
Oh, good Lord.
Tell me how you really feel.
Who do you got?
This is what you were made for.
Who?
Don't let me down.
Who?
Cobster.
Cobster. Yeah. Okay, Alan got Cobster. I think Cobster is underrated. All right, let's see. We got 2 left before we start this thing. Let's go.
Is it just me and Finstock left?
No, Finstock's not in it.
Okay.
It's you and Jete. Don't worry, you'll go over Jete. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey, this is Chris Skaliski from Missouri.
Hey, Chris. So you got either, God help you, Tiffany or Jete?
I'll go with Tiffany.
Yeah, see? I told you. Jete
I'm sorry you got picked last in gym class, Jete.
All right, he knows he's horrible. All right, last one so we can get this thing started. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey, guys, it's John from Texas.
John, what's the last name?
Aldrete, Aldrete.
Well, it doesn't really matter, man. I'm sorry because you got JTE. So
you have no choice.
There you go. All right, so there we go. We're getting ready to go in there now. Everybody has their own schmo. They're going to play. So here is how it works. Maria, Ken, can you kindly escort Maria to the dating chair, please?
Does she have to have her back to us?
She's going to answer.
Here's the thing: is that Maria is not going to be able to see who is asking her these questions. Okay,
Right.
and so it's going to be 9 different celebrity impressions. And Maria, you're not trying to guess who's doing what character.
Right.
All you need to tell us is who do you want to go on a date with.
Right. So what you'll do is the celebrity will tell you who
So I
they
can
are.
go lesbian tonight, obviously.
You absolutely can.
Okay.
And
Unless we're playing male
unless
characters.
they're playing males, right? So they will tell you. Every celebrity will tell you who they are, and then you will just ask whatever question you want to ask, and you'll ask one question per round, and then each round you will eliminate. You'll eliminate 4 people in the first round. You will eliminate 2 people in the second round, and then 1 person in the third round.
Can you tell me when all this stuff is happening?
Absolutely.
I'm feeling very overwhelmed.
Don't feel overwhelmed. We will absolutely guide you through.
I'm going to give Maria a swing thought here. So.
Can you help me even though we're broken up?
Cops over here. Come over here.
20
Cops
minutes.
over here.
So when these people are talking, you just think, oh, that one's a keeper, maybe not that one.
Yeah.
And then just give us your top 4
All right.
after the first one.
Jate, let us.
So after you say it, I should say keeper or not?
Yeah, oh, no. We'll give you the whole first round. We'll go through, and when the first round's over, I'll go. Okay, Maria, you've heard all of your bachelors and bachelorettes, so you go ahead and please. Who would you like to eliminate? And I will go through it with you. You have this person, this person. We'll guide you through the whole thing.
Okay.
All right. So let's start the celebrity impression dating game. Mark Ellis, take us away.
All right, contestant number 1. Ask Maria. Okay, Maria can't be looking.
No, she's gonna ask her question first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Maria, what do you want to ask in the first round to all your 9 potential bachelors?
Well, my potential bachelors, I would like to know, how would you get my attention to ask me out?
Oh, very good.
That's a
okay,
good
Maria, now if
question.
we can have you turn around, please. Perfect. Okay, bachelor number 1.
Hey Maria, how you doing? It's me, Mocky Mock. Well, how'd I get your attention? Well, I've been working out in the gym. I know you like to work out. You and me work out together. That's how I get your attention. Say hi to your mother for me.
All right, here you go. Number 1.
Duh, I know who that was.
Number 2.
Hey, shut up! I guess you It's me, your boy. Hey, I know you're a big Boston Celtics fan, so I'd take you to a game. We'd both wear Paul Pierce jerseys. I know he doesn't play for the team anymore, but he was a hell of a player. That's how I'd get your attention. Go Celtics.
Who are you?
It's me, Adam Sandler.
Oh, okay, very good. All right, okay, contestant number 3. Yeah, it's on.
Yeah.
Maria Menounos. Homer J. Simpson here. What would I do? I would get your attention by answering this trivia question. Godfather 4, Sony's Revenge. Oh, wait. That's not the question. I would get your attention by giving you a dozen donuts.
All right.
Donuts.
Thank you. Contestant number 5.
Maria, I'm a really big fan of yours. Been a fan of yours since the Channel 1 days. I know you're a fan of mine. I'm the head coach of your favorite football team, the New England Patriots. I'm Bill Belichick. I'm pretty confident I can get your attention because I like to videotape other guys on dates and put them into my playbook. I'll get your attention with this gray hooded sweatshirt cut off awkwardly mid-forearm.
Okay, that was
Cincinnati.
number 5, and now number 6.
Oh my, Maria Menounos, this is George Takei. Me and you are both on the Howard Stern show together. Now we're gonna do Schmoes. At least I will.
That was number 6, and now number 7.
I would invite you to a party, and we would eat chicken, not fish, because they're friends, not food. I'm Bruce the Shark.
Contestant number 8.
I think you know who this is. I would walk up to Maria and I'd say, Maria Gilbert Gottfried, we've done many programs together. Can I take you out for a drink sometime? It is for me and you.
Final contestant number 9.
Holy shit, there's a lot to keep track of.
Hi, Maria. This is Murray Hewitt. You might not know who I am, but I am the band manager for Flight of the Conchords with Britt and Jermaine. And I would get your attention by wearing some form-fitting slacks and take you for a tour of my office, the New Zealand Tourism Office.
All right, thank you. And our final.
Oh my God, more.
This is it. Our final contestant.
Hey, it's Keanu Reeves. I would show you a copy of Point Break where I played an FBI agent. And what else do you need to see?
All right. That's it, Maria. You can turn around now.
Okay. I'm going to start spitting out some stuff fast.
All right.
My brain can only hold so much.
Okay, you're going to be eliminating four.
I am offended by Bill Belichick. I am offended.
Are you eliminating
You're
him?
out.
Oh.
Do not shit on my coach and my team. You're out.
All right.
That is not the way to my heart. Out.
Now, Maria, what I can do for you is we already got rid of Belichick, so you're making this really easy on us. I can run down the rest of the celebrities for us.
Hold on.
You know, she knows.
I love Gilbert Gottfried.
Okay.
I think that his approach was just him, and I thought it was cute, and I would totally have fun with him.
Wow.
Of course I would go with Adam Sandler. Duh.
Oh, okay.
And Homer Simpson, taking me to a Celtics game, super smart. So I'd go with Homer Simpson. Okay, now I'm trying to remember somebody.
Now
else.
here's who you can eliminate if you want to eliminate Keanu Reeves.
Definitely not having any lesbian encounters, unfortunately.
So you're cutting both women.
Yeah.
Both women are cut.
And I'm for girl power, but I wasn't really feeling it.
So Bruce the Shark and Maury were both guys, but they both get cut. All right.
Valiant effort.
All right, so you can cut one more person. You can cut Keanu Reeves. You can cut Homer. You can cut Mark.
Wait, I said Homer's in.
She took Homer.
Homer's in.
She can cut Keanu Reeves. She can cut George Takei. She can cut Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, Mark was... I'm offended by that Boston accent.
So you're cutting it.
It's cut.
Oh, no.
It is down to Keanu Reeves or George Takei to make it to the second round.
And Mark has more substance than that.
She already cut 4 people. She cut Belichick. She cut the 2 girls.
Have a second round, ladies and gentlemen. The second round is going to be as follows. It is going to be Homer J. Simpson, Adam Sandler, George Takei, Gilbert Gottfried, and Keanu Reeves. This, you know how to pick them.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, Maria, ask your second question, please.
Excuse me. Oh, okay. My second question would be, would you go in for the kiss on the first date?
All right, here we
And
go.
how would you execute it?
She's making our boys sweat.
So that I would want to kiss you back.
Very interesting.
Excuse
Okay,
me.
there you go. All right. All right.
Carry on.
Contestant number 1.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Marjorie can be so mad at me. Oh, okay, Maria Menounos. This is what I would do. I would lean in very close. I would... Don't know what to do. Haven't been... Oh!
I was getting hot for a minute.
Man, that was a hell of an effort there, Homer. Contestant number 2 is going to be George Takei.
Oh my, well, I think that we both know we'd have to put on a show. And I would go in slowly so we'd make sure people were watching in case they thought something different than it really was.
George Takei. Contestant number 3, Adam Sandler.
Shut up! Well, I wanna kiss you all over and over and again. Till the night closer he's in. Till the night closer he's in.
Very nice. Contestant number 4. Contestant number 4.
Duh, I'm waiting for my kiss.
Contestant number 4.
Whoa. First of all, I was in a Matrix, and I would bend you over in slow motion, bullet time as we call it, and then I would kiss with you. I would kiss you. Listen, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure was a great movie, and that's why I would kiss you to the soundtrack too.
All right, and contestant number 5.
Love contestant 4.
Maria, I'll be honest. I'm not as good looking as the other gents on this platform. So the only answer is to be bold. I would walk up to you, say I think you're very attractive. I wouldn't put my hand on your face because that's germs and neither one of us needs that on the first date. I would plant a gentle kiss on your cheek. And then I'd see if your lips responded. And then maybe I'd plant another one on your lips. And I'd say, have a great night, and I'll call you tomorrow.
No,
Wait, did Gilbert go twice?
No, he did not. No,
I don't think Gilbert went twice.
No, Gilbert did not go twice. But I believe that is the end of the second round. So you have to eliminate two people. You can't.
Who do you want to make out with?
Homer got me hot for a second and then screwed it.
Then he blew it, so he's gone.
He totally blew it.
Homer's gone.
Erasing
Homer. All right, Homer's
And
gone.
why would you ever mention the other woman?
Unbelievable. All right, so now you can either get rid of Keanu Reeves, you can get rid of Adam Sandler.
Keanu was already late for my kiss. Goodbye.
That's it. Okay, so there you go. All right, so final round now is between Adam Sandler.
It's the second to final round.
Second to final round. Because Adam Sandler, George Takei, and Gilbert Gottfried. All right, ask your last question, please.
What's weird is that Tiffany is still in the race.
What's that?
What would happen if I told you on our first date that I'm not going to sleep with you? How would you handle that? And would you be okay?
All right.
Nice.
As she turns around.
Contestant number 1.
I would have expected that. I think we're not fooling anybody here. This is going to be a process when it comes to dating Maria Menounos, so I would be very happy escorting you on a second and a third and a fourth date, at which point we would leave my mother a voicemail together.
Contestant number 2. Oh, I would say thank you, because it doesn't put any pressure on me anymore, because I wouldn't know how to do that.
Contestant number 3.
Shut up! I'm a gentleman. I played a Happy Gilmore. I played a Billy Madison. This can be our milk together. We don't have to sleep together. We can just share a nice carton of milk over some ice cream.
All right, there you go, Maria.
Wow.
Now, Maria, here you go. These are your. Now you have to eliminate one person.
This could be our milk?
Who is eliminated?
I don't know who that.
Ew, you dirty animal.
It was from Billy Madison.
This could be our milk.
Did Adam Sandler just seal his
I
fate?
think Adam Sandler got the cut.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe not. Maybe she likes the bad boys. Who knows?
Because he makes me laugh.
See, he's not gone yet. So
But the first one, what was the first one?
it was Gilbert Gottfried, George Takei.
Oh, George Takei has to go because he wouldn't know how to have sex with me.
All right, there you go. So final round. All right, last question for your finals.
This is going to determine who's going on the date.
Think this through.
Mm-hmm.
She's taking her time with this. She might actually go on a date with one of these guys.
It's intense.
This could happen.
It's unbelievable.
2 questions, but I feel like I kind of got the first one answered in some ways.
You can ask both. It's their finals.
No, because it would make it too easy.
Oh, okay.
What would be the first thing you would compliment me on?
Ooh.
Oh.
All right. Contestant number 1.
Shut up! Well, Maria Menounos, that's my boy. I would compliment you on your lovely hair. It's so nice and fluffy. I would just run my fingers through it all the time. I love you so much. Shut up!
All right. Contestant number 2.
Of course, you have nice hair, you have nice eyes, you have a great, gorgeous look to you, you have a glow, Maria. I would compliment you on your poor choice in man for taking me out on a date. It would make me feel so good to send you back to work harder. You don't like taking vacations anyway. With a guy like me, you won't want to stay home. I look forward to more dates with Maria Menounos.
And that concludes the celebrity impression dating game. Contestant-wise, Maria, this is not easy.
So it's between Adam and Gilbert.
And Gilbert, who are
I like looking at the regret in her choice.
I know. I want to see what her.
She definitely likes the funny guy.
Yeah, she's gonna draw it out a little bit. Who wins the celebrity impression dating game and why?
Why would Gilbert ever say that I would regret being with you and want to go home and not want to be home? I would want to be with you. Why are you so excited, whoever you are, that I would be excited to leave you? Duh, I want to be with Adam.
And Adam Sandler wins his first one in almost 2 years. Just Makuga.
You know why? Because we're secretly kind of meant to be.
I know. I think because Josh McCougar, just like the Ultimate Schmoedown, cheated again when you did the thumbs up. You knew it was him though.
There's been enough cheating scandals in Schmoeville.
I kind of thought something at one point, but then I'd forgotten.
Good.
I want to play this game though with Maria. I want to kind of run through the impressions and have her kind of look around the room and see who she thought who
I
was.
have no idea.
Oh yeah, if you were to.
Were you Adam?
No.
Who was Adam?
He was Adam.
Oh wait, shit, you were Adam. See, I don't even remember.
Right.
All right,
You just gave out a free hug to McCougar.
I don't remember. My brain's like.
Okay, Maria, who do you
farting.
think played Mark Wahlberg?
Wait, you said because you got lost.
Yeah. All right.
No, I remember. Yeah.
All right.
I
Who do you
remember
think played George Takei?
that. You.
Incorrect.
No.
No.
I have no idea. Ah.
Okay. How about Bill?
Shitty choices.
I know. It was hard. It was hard, like you said.
But I think out of everyone, Homer, Takei, Gilbert, and Adam, you were spotty.
Yeah. Impression-wise.
Yeah, the last one was really pretty good.
He was horrible, and I would have treated you like a princess.
Oh my.
Yeah, those are like the bombest. But I wasn't familiar with everybody. Keanu Reeves, I don't remember.
He was horrible. But that was his best. But that was his best one. That
was Tay's best performance.
Keanu might have had a chance, but he was late to the party.
Yeah, sure. And who do you think played Bill Belichick? Because I know you want some. You have some choice words with that person.
Yeah, I have no clue.
Turn around. We're so glad you were able to play that with us. This is amazing.
That was so much fun.
Well, we got like 7 minutes left, Marie. So why don't we let her come back and sit her there? Because I want to talk.
She really earned the Bud Light.
She did.
Now.
That was a lot of fun. And Schmoeville loved it. And congratulations. Ken, tell us who won the Schmoedown. Hey, Coster, can you bring back my chair, please? Thank you.
So where do we go on our date?
Is that McCougar?
Where serves milk?
Yeah, that was the fans. That was
The
like
milk thing would have worked better if we weren't talking about having sex. I got really grossed out.
And you know what?
Yeah, he still won.
Yeah, I had Adam Sandler crossed off on the list when she said the milk thing was so inappropriate. I was like, good, we get McCougar out of there.
Yeah.
I got a chance now.
Well, McCougar, so to give you a little history on the celebrity impression dating game, McCougar had won the first two, but that was before we made the Bachelorette's turnaround.
They could watch us do it.
Yeah, so then once we did that, he hasn't won since then. But that's his first win in a
Until
long time.
tonight.
That's a big one. Yeah, he's going to put that on.
From now on, new rule: McCougar has to be on the other side of the table, so there's no chance of even peeking at that cute boyish face.
It's not just about the impression, guys. It's about what is said
true.
and how the questions are answered.
Yeah, it's well, you're going to have to come back and please save that, and we'll use that as a soundbite. Ken, you got something for us?
Yeah, I'm going to announce you a winner.
Oh, you're going to announce the winner. Who's the winner?
Picking Josh McCougar is Daniel Skip Allen.
And Daniel
Go Dolphins. Let's go.
Is he fired?
I mean, he may not be let into the studios ever again.
To be fair.
Do you remember what we did to the Dolphins this year? What an annihilation! What an embarrassment!
Pit Boss versus Menounos. Oh, look at the anger.
Are you talking about week one when we defeated you? Are you talking about week one?
Look at this stare.
Oh wait, maybe it wasn't that. It was the Bengals.
It's a back and forth. All right, Ken, naps on.
Oops.
Are you trying to get us kicked out of the studio? You're trying to get
I think Maria's referring to the Super Bowl championships that the New England Patriots have won since the 70s.
Numerous.
How'd they do against the Giants? So when we were, the other thing I wanted to talk about with you before you go is that we had actually. Because last time we kind of got into your favorite movies when you were on the show, and you had mentioned Wizard of Oz today.
Yeah.
That's one of your favorites, obviously. Do you have another favorite before you leave that we could talk about real quick that the crew can discuss and we can kind of?
Oh, I gotta go. What's her favorite Halloween movie? It's Halloween.
But I do. Remember last time?
What scares Maria? I need to know what scares Maria into my arms.
Well, do you care about the Marvel movies, like superhero movies, also? No.
Yeah. Oh no, I love Iron Man.
Okay.
I love. I mean, obviously the Fantastic Four.
Right. And because all the announcements that came out on Tuesday, before you came in, we had like a big announcement on it, so I wasn't sure like how much of a fan you were. But
I was with Stan Lee today, actually.
Really?
Did he inappropriately hug you?
No, he loves me and I love him.
He gives really good full body hugs.
He does.
Yeah.
Full body.
And when you're Stan Lee, you should.
And by the way, when you're his age, you're allowed to do whatever you want.
True. It's so true.
Celebrity impression dating game.
Stan
I'm writing
Lee.
it down. I'm going to be Stan Lee.
Yeah. Now,
I would talk what? Rocky?
Rocky's one of your favorite. Yeah, let's do it. Let's talk.
good one.
JT just lost his mind in the booth. It's one of his favorites.
It ain't how hard you get hit. It's how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
Ooh, JT, go ahead.
How much you can take.
JT, tell Maria who your original impression was going to be tonight.
It was originally going to be Stallone from Rocky Balboa.
We would have made out tonight.
You idiot!
Should we hear? I want to hear his impression.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
Can we hear it?
Let's hear both. Let's have a Stallone off.
closed.
Let's have a Stallone off.
It's about how hard you hit, but how hard you keep hitting it harder. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
All
God!
right, Paul.
You're such an embarrassment. You don't even know the line.
Such an embarrassment.
I got hit in the head a lot. I don't remember everything. Rocky 5. I had brain damage. Come on.
And Rocky, honey, where are you? We're back together. Can you do Stallone for me, please? Bring that back and get rid of that awful impression. Oh my God!
She can't get it
JT
off of her.
Laughed off the stage.
Honey, do Stallone, please.
I'm going to tell you about a
That was better. I mean, that was better than Jete.
Is he in here?
Is he in here? May not be.
Kevin, can Kevin
you
do?
wanna get on the mic and do it?
Can Kevin do a Stallone?
Yes, you can.
Stressed out about how they're directing this whole thing.
The chaos of it all.
Honey, he's really good at impressions. You should have him play in the game one time with you.
We should.
Well, no, if you're good at impressions, we don't want you anywhere near the
But so Rocky, what was it's the original Rocky that you like?
All of them. But you know
okay.
what? Especially in some weird way, the last one, because it really mimicked his real life.
Yeah.
And so I remember asking to cover that premiere. I don't really cover premieres very much. And I remember asking, I'm like, I have to be there to see him in person. And so I was
And you've
on
never met him before?
No.
Okay.
And so I'm on the platform. I was working for Access Hollywood, and he comes up, and I'm like, oh my God. I loved this movie. I cried. And he's like, You did? And I go, yes. He goes, you saw this movie and you liked it? And I go, yes, it was your life story. I could tell the parallels between your real life and this and your struggles. And he goes, you got all of that?
Wow.
And I go, yes. And he started to weep. And
Oh,
I
wow.
started to weep. I go, it meant so much. It was like crazy.
Wow.
It was like a moment.
That's a big moment because you're right. Because because the fifth one was kind of, we try to watch the fifth one off the slate. But what he did with this, and he acknowledges that as well too. When he came back with that sixth one, just like you said, it was that acknowledgement of I was once on top. And I've got to hit that big fight in order to get back when everyone thinks that I can't. Because Rocky 6 was in development for a very long time. And people were saying, no, not going to work now. You're too old. Too old when you were 45 or 50.
Yeah, for the last one.
And then he did it at like 60.
I still watch that trailer. That trailer, the first one, when you see that Rocky's actually back, and they're like, wait a minute, he's actually going to try to get in the ring, and you see it, and it'll get you pumped up to go to the gym and work out for a good 5 to 6 minutes.
I have an inspirational playlist on here, and it's all my Rocky.
Oh,
there you go.
Not how hard
I mean,
you
I'm
get
a little
hit.
bit of a dude.
It's
but
good,
it's
though.
so good. The movie's so good.
And that line is absolutely the best.
And it's what got me through Dancing with the Stars,
Really?
too. Yeah.
That
'cause
line?
The whole movie, that
Wow.
line, I did. I said the line religiously like it was a prayer because I had to believe it
It's
because I
hanging
was so
outside, yeah.
broken. I had all those stress fractures in my feet. My ribs were broken.
Wow.
And I was like, all right, let's go.
Keep
we can
moving
do
forward.
this. Keep moving forward.
Wait, so you're a little bit of a tough guy then?
Yes.
George Takei, does that do anything for you?
Oh, my. All right, Maria, thank you so much for joining us again. This can't be a one and done. You're coming back.
No, I'm back.
I
Good.
can't believe you didn't pick Bruce the Shark.
Were you Bruce the Shark? I love it.
Make sure you follow Maria on
I
both
didn't know who
Instagram,
Bruce the
Twitter.
Shark was, so I couldn't be a choice.
Finding Nemo.
Oh no, I never seen it.
See, just talk about
That's why I
Rocky.
had no idea who Bruce the Shark was, and I think you did. I had no
Murray
idea who
from
that
Flight of
was.
the Con- I knew it.
Flight of the Conchords.
No, never seen it.
She would have had a better shot if she had done Nicole Kidman, right?
Done.
What I tell you.
That's a beautiful woman.
Or Julia Roberts.
Oh, Julia
I know
Roberts.
lesbian encounter for sure.
There you go. At Maria Menounos. Check her out. And where can the kids find you on E?
You can find me Monday through Wednesday nights, live from me at 5 p.m. Pacific. And you can watch me on Untold with Maria Menounos Thursday nights at 8 on E. All of this is on E. And I think that's it.
And you can find us at Chili's. Me and Maria, we're going to make up.
I was there last night. It was so good.
She loves Chili's.
I love it.
We're going.
And with that, we will be back right after the break. We're going to be talking about Hollywood movies, maybe some of our favorite movies, Schmoes No Movies.
Hey,
I'm Ken Knapsack.
My name is Maud Garrett.
And this is the Jedi Alliance, a celebration of the greatest saga ever told, Star Wars.
In every single episode, you can expect so much Star Wars goodness. Not only do we put two things in the Star Wars universe against each other in Duel of the Fates.
We have great trivia, guests, and also some fierce discussions over pronunciations of certain ships.
And we can't promise that we won't be doing our very own sound effects or impressions and impersonations.
This is true. We've got up-to-date Star Wars news, speculation on Episode 7 as well, and you can find us on iTunes, where I want you to subscribe, rate, and review.
Oh, and you can also find us on the YouTube channel, which of course is youtube.com/Schmoes No Podcast. Rate and review, you will.
Yes, you will. That's the Jedi Alliance on the Schmoes No Network.
Hello, Schmoeville. This is Mark Reilly here.
And I'm Jeff Snyder.
And we are Meet the Movie Press, and we are taping shows every week with special guests from Variety, from Badass Digest, from all over the internet, all over the geek blogosphere and the trades. We are breaking down the news every week, the most hot stories, the biggest scoops, and we want you, Schmoeville, to subscribe, rate, comment on the iTunes and YouTube channels on the Schmoes No Movie Network.
You have such a handsome voice, Mark.
Well, thank you, Jeff. I like being here with you. So guys, come on, check us out every week. Meet the Movie Press. We're excited to be doing this. We're excited to be breaking down everything, and we want you to come with us every week for this wonderful journey we are on. Right, Jeff?
Please.
Wait, it doesn't come with alcohol in it already?
It's already alcohol in it, but
yeah, it is. You know what it's great? It's great for? It's great for summer movies. Let's get into it. How you like that transition?
Yeah.
Appetizer for the big one. And the first big one you have in May is Iron Man 3. Watching that dynamic now unfolding, because the movie's going to be dark, but it'll still have fun because it's Downey, it's Tony Stark. I think this has a potential to being the best of the bunch out of the three Iron Man movies.
It definitely could be. In that, I think we can get out of May 10th, Christian.
Yeah, I think
we can go into darkness.
Yeah, I think so too.
See what I did there? I'm into this movie. I'm sick of seeing the trailers, to be honest. It was a great. They've all been fantastic. There's a lot of explosions. Looks like it's really dramatic. I think Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be a great villain. I'm ready to see the movie.
Yeah, I am too. Look, I agree with you.
No idea what it's about, as opposed to Friday, because Friday there's another movie coming out. It's some dude, and he wears a cape, and it's got an S on his chest, and apparently it's a comic book that's popular.
It stands for hope.
Man, I love that. The Man of Steel comes out June 14th, and that noise is the noise that Gina Carano is going to be making 3 times tonight because Henry Cavill's a stallion in the sack.
More than 3 times.
If this trailer that just came out 2 days ago, whatever.
Yeah,
this could be the most perfect trailer I've ever seen for a superhero film.
Oh, it's so good.
I mean, it does everything.
I was talking to you about this, and you got your thing out. You got your review out right away.
Yeah.
He got his thing out. Yeah. He got his thing out watching the trailer, literally.
That's true.
No, June 21st, there's a big movie and
one.
probably a universe that could use a few more Time Lords, and that would be World War Z. Zombies aplenty.
I'm so back and forth on this movie.
I feel exactly this.
But Brad Pitt is a very good-looking man, right? He's a very good-looking man. Maybe the sexiest man on planet Earth, as according to People magazine. In what universe is that guy married to the chick from The Killing? In what world did those two get together?
That's not nice.
No, she's a 5.
Nice.
Come on. July 19th. That you would not think Christian Harloff is looking forward to. You know Mark Ellis is looking forward to this because it's a scary movie. It's a thrill ride, and it's called The Conjuring.
Yeah, The Conjuring, James Wan.
Oh, yeah.
It looks so cool.
Yeah, because I leave my door open and then there's that little crease where the bad guy could, skinny boogeyman could be hiding. And there's a scene in the Conjuring trailer that looks exactly like the way my room is set up. Yeah.
What's up? I'm Josh McCouga with schmoesno.com.
Schmoes, no. I love all this. I just love all these names. Does that mean I can say whatever I want?
You can say whatever you want.
Hell yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good.
And you should come on our show sometime and you can say whatever you want for
Really?
hours at a time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. First, you are like that power woman in that position that every man is intimidated by in this movie. Is that what because I'm sitting there watching it going oh man, could I work for this woman? Could I do this? Or would I just be like, I want to hit on her?
Dude, I love you so much!
I turned to my friend who I was watching with. I was like, "Isn't she amazing?" And my buddy's like, "I don't think so." Everybody had a cross reaction.
Funny. You know what? I'll tell you something that's really interesting. That is what is so incredible about this movie. I have had people come in and say, "Man, she was a stone cold bitch." I've had, and sometimes it's gender specific. Not always.
Agreed.
Not always, but sometimes the men are like, "God, what a bitch," and the women, especially older women my age, are like, "No, she wasn't. She was totally sympathetic. Fuck you." You know, I mean, there was fights at a round table actually, like arguments broke out. So I just kind of think, you know what? Depending on where you live and where you are in your life and your age, etc., I think everyone will see this film in a way that's personal to them. And I think the youth, young people, will see Jake maybe as a hero in some ways. I mean, look.
As a hero?
Well, look, the job market is bleak. They don't want to think of him as a hero, but the job market is bleak. And he was out there going, "Listen, I'll give anything. I'll work for free. You know, I just need a job. Give me a job." And he found one. And there are a lot of people living with their parents out there going, "Oh my God, he's starting a business. It's a dream, you know. It's capitalism at its worst, actually." But
the darkest way to start a business.
That's right.
Of all time.
And there's so many dark businesses out there when you think about it. I mean, is Jake any different than, you know, a lot of what's going on out there?
Because my original goal was to get in and be in the mafia, but then I realized you had to kill people, so I couldn't do that.
Well, see? That's your boundary.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got that boundary, but we could talk later. I bet there's some boundaries you've crossed.
There is for me.
You know what? That's what I found in Nina, is that is any moral boundaries that I have crossed in my life, and desperation that I have felt, and fear that I know kind of went into her and made her the desperate, freaked out, scary, bitchy, angry,
Keep throwing those
nasty
adjectives out
woman
there.
that she is. And yet I
found
didn't
her
judge her,
amazing,
you know?
but that's me.
I like you.
I like you.
Okay.
All right. So my gig on our show is I'd always do rapid fire questions with all our guests.
Okay.
So we're gonna do some rapid fire. Is that all right?
Okay. Oh my
All right.
God.
How's your golf swing?
Sucks.
Oh, come on.
It sucks. No, but I could have been good. I could have been a contender.
You could have been.
I could have been. Seriously. Anyway, that's
You
another
and me
story.
both.
Go ahead.
Okay. You met a guy, right?
Right.
Love at first sight,
Yeah.
but his name was Renee. Is that a deal breaker?
No. God, no. No, it's not, but it is weird.
Okay. Favorite kind of affair? This is a leading one.
Oh, a favorite kind of affair, a secret one.
What about a Thomas Crown affair?
Oh! Okay, I didn't see that coming.
Better job in news, the weatherman or the sportscaster?
The weather woman, I would say.
The weather person.
The weather person.
I like
The
this.
weather women.
What is your most lethal weapon?
My balls.
Okay, a cake you always get on your birthday.
Oh, a cake that my mom used to make me that I don't get it anymore, but it was a little cake with little ballerinas.
I love
Pink.
that. What's your guilty movie pleasure?
Movie pleasure? I'll watch. Okay, I just watch anything. I like comedies. I don't care. I'll just go to a comedy, anything. I'd never have left a film. It's like crazy. Even if it's bad, I'll watch it.
You and me both. I love everything bad. What was your hometown news channel?
Oh, that was so many years ago. Oh, wait, KT. Oh, my God. Stan Chambers. That's the name of the guy. Yes.
I brought it in. I got it out of you. Yes. Movie that makes you cry every time.
Oh my God. Go to the next question. I need to call in.
Okay, Nightcrawler is a dance move. Describe it. If it was a dance move, describe it.
Oh my God, these are so hard. If it was a dance move. Oh my God. Oh yeah. A dance move? What the jerk? I don't know.
I kind of wanted it to go like a little
Oh, you
bit like,
did?
I don't know. I was just thinking.
The jerk, because it jerks you around emotionally the whole way through.
All right, finally, you were going to go back to movie makes you cry every time, but what's your favorite type of cup?
Cup? A teacup.
A tin cup.
Oh,
That was the leading of the question.
You should have told me before that it had to do with a movie.
If I tell you before, then it's not a rapid fire question.
Yeah, you're right.
Well,
Oh,
congratulations
God.
on the movie. This was so much fun. You're the best.
Thank you so much.
That was awesome. So good. But that's what we're talking about. If you guys want to check out that interview and Makuga's interview with Jake Gyllenhaal, make sure that you're subscribed to Schmo Plus, youtube.com/Schmo Plus. Cobster has been doing an incredible.
He's rubbing off on you.
He's been rubbing off on me all week, by the way. I called Willem Dafoe. I called him William Dafoe.
No, you've called him William Dafoe for years.
Really?
I just never brought like every Willem Dafoe movie, you call him William Dafoe.
At least a lot of them I catch, because I did it even with Ragnarok. I called it like Ragnarok.
What was it that you did on Far, Far Away?
I don't remember.
Ewan.
Oh, Ewan.
Ewan McGregor.
I've been hanging out with him.
Uncrazyable this week.
Yeah, it's true. On Heidi and Frank, I almost called him, Liam Nielsen.
Oh no.
McCoogs, what do you got?
Oh no.
We were talking, and JT goes, I wanted to get like Celtic tickets when they come to play the Lakers. You know, when you go on that site, a Hubstub, the place where you get the tickets. And I was like, StubHub. He's like, don't tell Christian. And I texted you guys.
No. Speaking of going to Lakers games, when are you and Renee Russo going? God, there was a connection.
How charming is she in person?
Oh, she's the best.
Yeah.
It was.
How charming is McCoog in person?
Right? Yeah.
Well, I
like older women.
I do.
Yeah.
I went into Gyllenhaal's interview first, and he was real low energy. You could tell he was just
tired,
exhausted.
right?
Yeah. I mean, he's a sweetheart of a guy, but he really wasn't into the rapid fire questions at all.
You think he didn't like you, maybe?
Yeah, he didn't like me at all. He definitely did not like me.
You know someone who he does like.
Yeah,
that your interview probably didn't help.
Yeah, do you think that Gyllenhaal liked McCouga?
No.
Why is that? Why is that, do you think? Because McCouga's such a likable
alpha
guy.
dogs.
Yeah,
alpha dogs.
Some actors don't like it when you come at them with really crazy, weird questions, especially when it's at the end of the day.
No, I'll tell you what it was.
People like Renee Russo, they're all up for it, and that's great.
I think Gyllenhaal has big brown puppy dog eyes. I think McCouga has big brown puppy dog eyes. And when those two puppies, there's some barking going on.
Some alpha dog action.
It was really fun when I spoke to him a week later.
All right. Well, you don't have red hair and a cool accent, so sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
But it was a great interview, and like I said, go to Schmo Plus to check out all those interviews. It's a great interview McCouga did with Jurassic World director Colin Trevorrow. That's up there as well too. Go check that out.
Mark, still Thomas Crown Affair.
I'm going to be going to a lot of Schmo Plus. I'm going to be going to a lot of Schmoes. No, I'm going to be watching the show live with the rest of the fans for the next 2 weeks because I'm going out of town, kids. That's right.
And I'm not going.
Comedy tour train back up next weekend. I'll be at the Pittsburgh Improv. I'm going to be at the Pittsburgh Improv, and I'm going to see how charming the rest of the McCouga clan is in person because McCouga is sending his entire family to come see me at the Improv on Friday night. The Improv will be at the Pittsburgh Improv next weekend, then the Addison Dallas Improv the weekend after that, which is really and I like doing the show with you guys, right? It's a lot of fun. It's some of the best 2 hours that I'll spend all week, and then afterwards, I get excited to go out to Chili's because I always feel like we just like won like a softball game or something, and the whole gang we come in there, we're just like having some beers and some drinks, high fiving.
It's amazing.
And I want to hold down.
And it's like, hey, the gang, what a great show we just did.
I want to hold on. Do you remember what he said just now? What did McCouga just say? Yeah, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's an amazing experience.
It is. It really is. It's a great team building thing.
It's something I look forward to every week.
It's interesting. It's interesting to me because I remember when I was gone on my trip that I went on. I
rehab. Are we not allowed to say it yet?
Well, it was rehab. When you brought up, so apparently somebody else here doesn't want to go to Chili's.
Hey, I'm not trying to throw you under the bus, but when a man does that, when a man attacks my place of eating,
we need to move from Chili's. That's what I've been saying.
Here's the thing. He's not saying he likes Chili's. He's saying he likes all of us hanging out together after the show.
I like both.
No,
okay, but here's the thing.
She almost saved you should have gone with that.
Christian told me that there were crew members that were not a fan of Chili's, and so when he was out of town,
you were the first person I went to.
McCouga was out of town that week too.
I agreed with you that I didn't really like the food that much.
The food's horrible. We need to move.
No, I didn't say we need to move.
You did too.
I did not. I swear to God, I love the drinks.
Yeah, you did.
You can't out yell me on this one.
You absolutely.
I love the Chili's environment. I love being there. I would like a better menu, of course, but I love being there with everybody, and it's a big enough place, and it's a bar, and it's close, and we can all go there.
There's tons of places around here.
But the waitress likes us.
We're gonna talk now. I appreciate you, but truth be told, you're the runner-up. Let's talk to the champion. Now, champ, we're gonna let you make the decision here.
Oh, good. Riley's gonna
make the decision. I want you. Riley obviously will.
Can we talk about movies?
But wait a minute. We're talking about movies because where we talk about Chili's. Riley, if we assume that Riley's gonna probably take Chili's, he likes going there as well. Riley, go ahead. Are we going to be going? You're the final judge. Will we be going?
I didn't say that, but okay.
He should be. He's the champion. Are we gonna go to Chili's
He's the
anymore?
champ.
Are we going to Chili's anymore?
Yeah.
Hell no! I hate that frickin' place.
You can
It
say
is goddamn the worst.
You can use it. You can use it.
I can use it. It's the worst fucking food I've fucking ever had. You know what? I got goddamn fucking
What if we
food
got
poisoning.
Chili's to sponsor the show? What if we got Chili's to sponsor?
Okay, no, not anymore. I can and kiss my ass with Chili's in your
Why?
fucking.
Why? What happened?
The waitress likes you.
You know what? I got excuse me.
Turn it down.
I got
Turn it
the
down.
worst food poisoning of my life Thursday.
Wow.
The worst.
Okay, wait.
All right,
Okay.
easy. But we don't know it's Chili's though.
Oh no, I know it's Chili's.
All right.
Christian, I have a couple questions.
Oh, I am not going there, Ellis.
Reilly, I have a
Good
couple
knowing
questions.
you, my friend.
I have a couple questions.
It's good for weight loss.
You got food poisoning at Chili's, so you
Yes.
Reilly rant.
Yes,
what
I
did you
did.
order at Chili's?
I ordered the
Loaded potato skins.
Loaded potato skins.
Okay,
I can't even say it.
Okay, it is not my fault that you had a bad experience in the bathroom after ordering loaded potato skins at Chili's.
You know
How do you
what?
get food poisoning from loaded potatoes?
Thank you very much, Miss Smith.
Moldy
Yes.
cheese. Moldy
Yeah.
cheese.
Moldy cheese. No, this is
Spoiled
what
sour
happened.
cream.
I'd say a weak stomach.
The cook went to
There's
the.
a great Mexican place that I went like 2 weeks ago. There's where we. There's
Can,
where
can we
All right,
please
let's
just
move-
do something?
let's-
Margaritas.
I can't even get near it
Let's
anymore.
get into some movies
I'll
here.
see you.
Now,
Whoever wants to go, I'll be at Chili's after the show.
well, you know where we're going to be, not after the show, but on Saturday?
We're going to
The
be
whole
at the
crew?
LA Downtown Convention Center, bringing the Schmoes Know Movie Show live experience to you at Stan Lee's Kamikaze.
We are doing a full show, Stan Lee's Kamikaze. It's going to be, the whole crew will be there. If you guys, it's at the LA Convention Center.
I thought it was in Irvine.
No.
Oh.
It is. It is.
It is.
We'll
Downtown.
see it. You'll see it. Renee Russo's going to be the same.
It's at the Chili's in Irvine.
But we're going to be talking about Star Wars. We'll be talking about DC movies. We'll be talking about Marvel movies. We'll be talking about fan questions. Mark and I and the whole crew will be signing afterwards as well. We'll also be, Mark and I will be part of the Rotten Tomatoes panel there at 5. But the fun part also about the panel is that Bonnie Somerville will also be moderating.
Woo.
For the most part.
That's right. Bonnie Somerville, Christian's former blonde flame, is now going to be interrogating all of us. She's going to be moderating the panel. And again, we know everybody have fun on Halloween, be safe, trick or treat, and then get the hell home, get some rest. You can come see us live.
Well, wait, this is what they should do. Schmoes panel. No, wait. 10? No. Schmoes panel at 10. Then we have a panel
Nerd
at
Girls
12.
Rock.
Oh,
yeah. Nerd Girls
In
Rock. And then you
between.
can go to the 5 o'clock.
We'll be doing a signing too at
all
11.
day.
So.
And if you are there, make sure that you go and you catch us. Say hello. Don't be shy. Say Schmoeville rocks, and we have Makook.
Is it an hour-long podcast?
We're going to be there for an hour. We'll be
Nice.
there from 9 to 10. We'll be and then afterwards we're going to be signing stuff. And
cool.
The whole crew will be just hanging out all day.
Look at all of our Twitter and
Yeah.
Instagram feeds because it'll have the room number and times and all that good
10
stuff.
to 11, right? Is that what I said? Okay, 10 to 11. So make sure everybody will be there. Pit Boss, Copster, the whole crew.
If they want me
Reilly.
to do a live dance for them, I will do that.
JTE, can you turn the camera on yourself and show them
Don't
what,
wear
what,
pants that
what
will split.
move what move you will be doing when you're there? Come on, give him one. Give him one. Come on.
Give it to me, JJ.
Uh-oh.
There it is. There's the money shot. There's the money shot. All right, perfect.
All right, now back to this Chili's thing.
No. let's talk about some fun. Let's talk about some movies.
Is that what Riley looks like when he has food poisoning? He just throws his hands in the air.
You don't want to know what
He was furious. He was furious.
It was
Reilly
the worst.
rant. Reilly rant. All right.
Hold on.
All right, now, Alicia, we're going to do, eventually, what we were going to do tonight before this Marvel thing hit, and that's why I asked Maria about it too, is we were going to do a full show on the whole crew's favorite movies. We're going to each person was going to take one or two movies and just talk about their favorite movies. We don't obviously have enough time to do that, but let's give a little preview of it. So what we can do is we're going to talk about just
coming soon.
It's coming soon.
Some
Mark
all-time
Ellis,
favorite or some
Jean-Claude Van
seasonal?
Damme.
No,
Like,
if you want to talk a seasonal movie and it happens to fall into your favorite range, you can throw in a certain favorite movie that you enjoy watching, that
Okay.
you love, and you bring that up. We'll talk about it for a little bit. And we'll swing it around for next 5-10 minutes that we can, and we'll just have a little fun movie conversation. So, what are you doing, JT? What's that sound?
That sounds like Marty McFly about to plug in the
does.
amplifier.
Yeah,
and
absolutely,
it's gonna
that's what I
explode. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's start with Tiffany. Tiffany,
was my main.
let's why don't you start us going? There's a particular movie that you love to watch.
So I'll do a seasonal one because actually on Fandango we're going to do a top 10 November movies that's
great.
coming out early in November. But
And sorry, I'm going to cut you off, but I want Schmoeville to get involved also. Hashtag
Yeah.
it Schmoes Know, and list some of your favorite movies that maybe that we've seen that we can talk about as well.
November movie, so you got that turkey movie that came out, the animated one.
no, I kind of went through it's not too cold but kind of cold. But there's also, one that has a title in it, a word in it that I think is perfect for the season. Legends of the Fall is literally one of my favorite films. I can watch it over and over and over and over and over again. And it's kind of one of the movies, too, where it starts out and you're like, okay, if Brad Pitt, everyone just thought he was a pretty face, you see him in that movie and there's moments that are so heart-wrenching.
When he's sitting by the grave after Samuel, when she's, it's like the way he breaks down. I agree with you. That was the movie to me that made it
stunning.
Yeah, it really is.
I've never seen that film. Thanks a lot.
Are you serious?
Oh, you should.
I'm not going to watch it. No.
You should see it.
You should see it.
I'll watch it in
so
November,
good.
but for the next 2 days.
You've got a couple of days.
I remember that movie going, oh, this is just going to be like a movie just for women. I don't never need to see this. And I saw it, and it was
it's a father-son story.
And
so much to
Anthony
it.
Hopkins, strong. But it's such that performance of him.
Period piece.
One of Brad Pitt's best. But
I need to see it.
Yeah.
Let's keep it the trend of the ladies. Alicia, I'm sure you got one that we may or may not have heard of.
Well, the best part about doing profiles is just rewatching all the movies.
Yeah.
And one of my all-time favorites I just spoke about with the Alfred Hitchcock episode, and that is Rear Window.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
I love that movie. I can watch it over and over again, and I always see something new out of it because it's so clever the way it's structured. It's a one-room story. You never leave the apartment, but it feels bigger than it is, and it's all about voyeurism.
Yeah.
And so when you're watching it as an audience member, you're like, oh, that's what we do when we watch movies.
Yeah.
We're peeking into other people's lives and trying to piece things together, and sometimes what we see might not be what it actually is.
Awesome.
So
And what did
that's
you
my
think of that Shia LaBeouf's one that they did? What was the?
Oh, Disturbia?
I actually liked that movie, and
Nice.
I also want to make it clear for people who keep saying, my thing with Shia LaBeouf is the fact that what'd you guys do? What'd you do?
happening?
What happened?
Just turn on my mic.
Yeah, what do you got?
Chili's Grill and Bar just tweeted me.
No.
Oh no, we're so sorry to hear you aren't feeling well.
Is that
Please
true?
message us at Chili's
We're going to get a gift card.
feedback so we can make this right.
Wow.
No, listen.
There is not.
Don't
Riley, stop talking right now. Christian, if I may have the floor, the guy that got himself an Olive Garden pasta pass is going to walk you through this, son, okay? You are going to message them back, and you're going to tell them your address and where to send the free gift card. And if you don't want to use it, you just give it to somebody who will.
Okay,
that
I'll
guy's
give
sitting
it
right
to you.
here.
I'll give it to you.
Schmoeville, let's take care of this.
I'm not eating a Chili's.
All right. Okay.
No.
All right. So
That is hysterical.
That was
Sorry.
amazing. Okay, that was
Okay.
good. So anyway, I'll talk about the LaBoots later. Makuga, you're the guilty movie pleasure guy, but you're also the celebrity impression dating champion currently.
Thanks.
And a hell of a dancer.
And we also have another game that we play on this show, and it's called The Game.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And the game is a classic game, and what it is that we all sit around and we guess, like you hear movie clips, and there have been some dominant people in this game. Here's a special announcement for you guys. I think that it's going to be next week. I'm pretty sure that I locked in most of the participants. Here is the battle for the game next week. The game it's going to take place. We are going to send a representative of Schmoeville, which will be Mark Reilly. Mark Reilly will be competing in the game.
Assuming he's healthy.
Now, he's going to be going
So
up
he's
against
definitely not eating
some
a Chili's.
juggernauts. Where they're working on Ethan Irwin, who is a force in nature.
Producer extraordinaire.
Will also be going up against Profiles co-host Scott Mantz.
Oh, he's good.
And the
Wowza.
final contestant, Sam Levine, will be in
my
studio.
God.
That guy's a beast.
He's a beast. So that is going to be our contest next week. It is going to it looks like it's going to be next week. The game, it's going to be amazing.
I
so
think
make sure you check that out.
with Sam Levine in there, you're going to have to go like 5 because he's so good.
Maybe
He's going to wipe everybody.
We don't know Mance. We don't know,
is
dude.
good.
Mance,
Mance is good.
you can ask Mance what year a movie came out.
Yeah, but he doesn't know the
Listen.
sound clip. Maybe.
No, he
might not.
does.
Oh, he does.
I got to watch that live. Do your
never
parents,
said
Makuga, have Wi-Fi at
Yeah,
their
we
place?
do.
All right, we're going to
We
watch
just
that.
got it.
Makuga, give me a favorite movie.
I mean, everybody always makes fun of me for my taste, but every time it's on lately, I've been crushing Bad Boys 2. It is so
jeez.
good.
The second one.
The second one. I love it
you know
so
what?
But that's a
much.
guilty movie pleasure, no? You think that's a good movie?
Both.
He hosts the show. He didn't say Airborne, and that's good.
No, he didn't.
That does take place in part of the fall. They're playing.
All right.
hockey.
Okay. So
Sorry, I
Bad
brought it
Boys
up.
2 for Makuga. Ken Knapsack. I know that you actually you don't see any movies, but there are a couple that you have seen.
That you watched by accident.
Yeah.
What do you watch in your beach?
I think I know where you're gonna go. I bet you I'm gonna guess. Can I guess?
Take a guess.
Shop Girl.
Yeah, I was going to say Shop Girl.
I watch Shop Girl every week, so I know how to cry.
Do you really watch it a lot?
I've
often do you
probably
watch
seen
it?
Shop Girl 35 times.
Okay.
Wow.
This time of year, the fall, the cold weather, I like to get a little warm in my soul. I'll put on Last of the Mohicans.
Great movie.
That's a
Great
good one,
movie.
too.
I will find you.
Yeah, great one.
Oh no, I'm talking
West-
about the 1933 the 92
That's
Michael.
good.
Daniel Day-Lewis, Wes
Man.
Studi, Michael Mann.
Stay alive. I love
It's a great movie. Madeline Stowe. Oh, you love Madeline Stowe.
I love
Yeah.
Madeline.
Yeah, okay.
Unlawful Entry, another good movie with Madeline Stowe.
yeah.
Copster, if you can get yourself on a mic somewhere, where let's see, why don't you steal the pit boss? Copster's got some. I know you haven't seen a lot of stuff before, like 1998, but before, what do you got?
All right, we'll go with the 1980s horror movie. I'll go seasonal as well. I go The Thing.
The Thing.
So good.
I've said this once before, and I'm same thing. I've never seen it. I know, it's the same thing. I know.
There are some serious movies. You need to watch The Thing. You need to watch White Christmas.
I'm getting that sent to me. I made a request.
White
They're
Christmas?
sending it to me.
Can I also say something?
Good.
Christian saw like half the movies in October. He was a busy guy, so he didn't see a lot of this.
This has been since last year.
Yeah, I know. It's
Maybe
been-
2 years ago we've talked about White Christmas.
It's been an issue. Copster, did you see the remake of The Thing, and did you yay or nay on it?
Yo, you mean the
Or kind of the
It was
prequel,
a
yeah.
prequel. I actually dug it. I didn't
Yeah.
like the whole special effects about it. I love practical effects.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
The Thing, the original, or not
And
the original remake.
Kurt Russell in 82. Tough to beat.
Let's get the ups on there. Put ups on there. I would like to introduce everybody to our newest person. Who is this?
This is Cody.
Oh, Cody.
Cody Hall.
Nice to meet you.
The real Cody Hall.
Who runs the Facebook
Guilty
page
Movie
for
Blizzards?
Guilty Movie
He does.
Blizzards.
No, look, as much as we
Great
bust
job.
Upham's chops here, he really Upham does a lot of stuff, except for find new restaurants. But other than that,
We don't need to.
You got to know
I have
it?
a list.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, good. No,
Look
Upham,
at
so
him.
you know your stuff, and the reason Upham is here, by the way, is we quizzed him, we grilled him for it, and he knows a lot about movies. Some of your favorite movies that you got. What's one that you want to talk
I'll
about?
pick one. I wish I could be all fancy and pick a 1930s Hollywood classic. But I'll just go
Don't fall.
Jurassic Park.
The first one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Are you old enough to have seen that in the theater?
No, he's born. Were you born around the same time
What is that,
that guy?
91?
Were you conceived at a movie theater after Jurassic Park?
94.
I'm
It
old.
was 93. Okay.
Wait, did you say 94? I was 1 year
No,
old.
I said
I
93.
was 1 or 2. Yeah.
Oof.
Oh my god.
Exactly. Okay. So what is it about that movie that you love?
I don't know, man. There's so many different elements about it. It's scary. It's funny at times. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs.
I would stop for an ice cream sundae in the middle of a dinosaur attack.
Well, I'll tell you, we're gonna when we do this full episode, we're gonna put you on the table for a couple times because I want to get Cody's like top 5 movies of all time. Let's do that, and then the maniac known as Finstock. Quick, let's get you in there. Yeah, and I don't want to hear about some thing about some lady who has a shoe up her face or whatever.
We're talking serious movies here, right?
Yeah, what do you got?
Well, Overcast Days never turned me on, but something about the clouds and her mixed.
Boogie
Purple
Nights?
Rain.
Oh, Purple Rain. Is Purple Rain one of your favorites?
Yeah, Purple
Are you
Rain's
going to be
great.
watching Prince on Saturday Night Live this week?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
I
so
seen
what
Prince
is it
the
all-
other day at Warner Brothers.
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
So-
he was playing guitar.
Just rocking out.
All right, so
He was
what
under
is it about?
spotlight.
What is it about Purple Rain? Quick.
I think
Why should people watch it?
Clarence Williams Jr. is such an underrated actor.
Okay.
Like, hugely underrated. And Avalonia was great in it, too.
Maybe the hottest chick of the 80s.
Oh, Vanity too, right?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Cool.
Smoking.
All right.
And that last scene, when he sang,
Purple Rain.
Yeah.
It's the name of the film, too.
Absolutely fantastic on every level. People should really watch
When
that.
he
movie.
sang that
That's a
we gotta go
guilty pleasure
quick.
movie.
Riley.
Thanks.
Riley.
I'm gonna stick with the Halloween theme, and the original Halloween
Creepy. Is that what everybody should watch this weekend?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I saw it actually last night, and
Yeah.
it holds up so well. It's so beautifully shot. The fact that it was an independent movie, the fact that they tried everything they could just to make it
All right.
scary. It's in my top 10 of all time.
Wow.
Crazy.
Jitty Rock.
Crazy.
Come on, give it to me.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say Taxi Driver. It's one of Scorsese's first films, and it's one of his best. And De Niro, it might be my favorite performance by him.
All right.
It's a masterclass in
Marcus
filmmaking.
Ellis.
This weekend, I'll be watching Pet Sematary in honor of Halloween.
Oh,
Riley,
wow.
you DM Chili's and you say, I got food poisoning at your establishment. It was unfortunate. I'd like to give you another shot. Please send me a gift card, give them the address. And finally, for the game, not the game that we're talking about with Scott Mantz and Sam Levine and all those other stars, Mark Riley, maybe Ethan Irwin. There's another game that I was challenged to. And so right now, I just want to throw down the gauntlet and give this Game Boy to Alicia Malone. You're going to have 2 weeks while I'm out of town to practice playing Tetris. And then when I come
That is
back,
awesome.
we'll each duel on the couch
I've never
separately
played on a Game
at
Boy
Tetris.
before.
I brought
And you
the
guys
charger.
we'll like get updates on who's winning.
And I have not played Tetris for 3 weeks when this is taking place.
We
so.
got to move.
All right, good,
I
good,
would
good.
say Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. If you've
Good
never
one.
seen it, Michelle Gondry, check it out. It's awesome. One of my favorites of all
Jim
time.
Carrey, great host on SNL this past weekend.
He was pretty good. That's it. That's the show. What an amazing show we
He
had.
was great, Christian.
We talked about Marvel. We had Maria Menounos in here. She talked about some of her movies. We did the celebrity impression dating.
I almost won.
Josh McCouga took it down with Adam Sandler, ending the streak. It was the whole damn crew. Finstock came in. JTE murdered some names. It was a blast. Make sure you subscribe. Go to iTunes. Very important to go to iTunes, subscribe, rate, and comment. Get us top in the charts. Same thing. Schmoes No Network. Go there. Watch all the shows.
Kamikaze this weekend
Yeah,
to the
see you
LA
Saturday.
Convention Center. See Mark Ellis at the Pittsburgh Improv.
Alicia Malone, Tiffany Smith, the whole damn crew. Peace out, Mother Fs.
From producers Christian Harloff, Mark Ellis, and the entire Schmoes No crew, we'd like to thank you for listening and watching the Schmoes No Movie Show. Special consideration for provided by Schmoedown.com. Special thanks to Kevin Undergaro and our Bachelorette, Maria Menounos, author of Every Girl's Guide to Diet and Fitness in stores now. To watch more episodes, comment, rate, review, and get in the conversation, go to Schmoedown.com. Until next week, I'm the Pit Boss, and this has been a presentation of Schmoes Know.